You're listening to the Gamecasters.
Natalie, Jeff, and Ryan are the Gamecasters, and they do a board game show, inboxes, and nooks and games, and top 5 lists, and sometimes there's fart jokes.
My little darlings, you're back. You came back to me. I've just been sitting here yapping away since episode 151, waiting for the moment that you showed back up, and here you are. Well, you missed a lot of sex talk. I did 6 days straight in a Rodney Dangerfield voice, all sex talk. I don't get in it, pussy.
What? What was that, Rodney? Right in the room? My goodness.
And then I invented a new language that's just grunts, moans, and screams. Oddly, that one has nothing to do with sex. We're all familiar with the poop knife at this point, right, guys?
Yeah.
Do you also all remember the waffle stomp?
Of course.
Well, I think
Do you remember last episode, the whole debate?
No, I don't remember anything about it, no. I think I have found the ending of the holy trinity of fecal disposal.
Really?
Oh, okay.
You may have heard this before, but this is one of the crazier things that I've ever heard, and I was like, this
true?
has to go on the show. This is a true thing. I'm about to play it for you right now.
Play it.
Are you ready for this? Here we go. Let's all experience this together.
We all touch shit before.
I've never shitted in a tissue before.
You touch shit every single day.
I've
you
heard
shit.
this.
Like, you don't wipe yourself? It got shit in the tissue when you wipe yourself.
You don't know how to
Shit
get
is in
Why are you touching the shit? The tissue is for the shit.
That's what I'm saying. You grab shit all the time.
No.
in the
You're
tissue.
not saying that. You don't. Yeah, you
You're not
wipe.
wiping. You grab the shit.
You don't grab. Why are you grabbing?
Hold on.
Do you got
So you
shit stuck
telling
in
me-
your ass while
Hold
you're
on, hold
taking?
on. So you telling me that y'all just let the doodle fall in the toilet? Y'all don't catch it every time?
No way.
I am about to leave, bro.
How do y'all take this shit?
How do you all take a shit?
I must have seen this shit wrong. I've been catching my shit all these years.
Nah, I'm more disgusted than I feel like
She
I
should
can't
be.
continue.
What are you talking about?
What is he
My
talking
stomach
about?
is
Oh, so y'all just sit there and shit come right out.
The pee goes in the toilet?
No way.
What happens if you got the runs or something like that?
Yo,
What do you do then?
That shit, you wash your hands. Why do you think people wash their hands?
Yo, you shit in your hand, bro?
With tissue.
So he puts the tissue in his hand and
This
catches
is
it.
worse than I thought. Like, I thought it was some other
Why?
shit. Like,
No.
but this is
Tell
some
me
shitty
I
shit.
just sit there and just let it fucking shit in the toilet.
Where's your pee go, dumbass?
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's easy.
Easy.
That's the easy part.
I don't know. I just always shit in the tissue.
Easy peasy is where that
So
came from.
he sits on the
That's where
toilet.
easy peasy came from.
Sticks his hand
Underneath,
under his ass.
as
Why
he's
does he
shitting,
think
So
that?
between
two
toilet
shitties.
seat and his butt, and he just shits into his hand
that has
which
a tissue
which
on
has
it.
tissue
But
on
then
it.
what?
And
Doesn't
then
he put it in the toilet
dumps it in the
still?
toilet?
He's the middleman between the shit and the toilet.
Why
It's a
does he
pick up
think he
and
can't
deliver.
just go in the toilet without touching his hand?
Well, he's creating jobs, Natalie.
to pick up and deliver
This
service.
economy, we need jobs. There's a new job in town, and it's the shit
So
handler.
will he catch
that
my
poor
shit?
It's to pick up
guy.
and deliver.
If I call him, will he pick up and catch my shit? Like, is
I
he
think
a-
so. I think he started
know,
the business.
I know that like a lot of
That's
people
bad.
Peeing is easy.
don't like
It's just
talking
easy.
about this stuff, but this is why it's important to talk about stuff like this.
Let the shit fall into
People-
the toilet.
She's like, what happens if you have the runs? And he's like, well, that's why you wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
So he just runs all over
He
the
has-
hand.
He has
that's,
constantly been shitting on his hand. How old's that guy? 20s at least.
oh, he's in his 20s at least.
well, if
so
you have the
for
runs, it can't
20
just fit in
years-
your hand. It's gonna like just fall in the toilet
That's
anyway.
why I wash your hands.
Got to catch it. Can't take
gotta
his
catch
job
'em all.
away. Take
Gotta
the guy's
catch 'em all.
job away
So
just because you
he-
have diarrhea.
How uncomfortable would that be with your hand like back there?
Yeah,
If you've
maybe
been
is he
doing it though
back?
since, so what a lot of people are saying is probably happened is like one day when he was a really little kid, his brother was probably like, you
Yeah.
know, you got to catch the shit as
you
it
don't let
falls.
the shit fall. You gotta catch it.
And then
like,
he's been
okay.
doing it ever since.
Yeah, and then it's a private
That's
thing, so no one's ever
awful.
watched some shit. And
Right,
like,
and he
what's
doesn't
wrong
talk
with you?
about
What's
how
funny is
you shit.
he's like, you guys, you're telling me that you just let
You
it
just
fall
let it
right in
fall.
the
That's
toilet? You don't
weird.
catch it every time?
I mean,
my
this is like
God.
a grown ass adult
Is that a
man.
podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
So-
clips of it on Instagram.
She's
Let's
like,
just
yo, you
say-
shit in your hand, bro?
Let's just say that happened here.
With a tissue.
So if the three of us had this conversation, we're like,
And yeah, one of us was
that
just like,
me. Okay, I'm
what are
shitting
you
on-
talking
I'm shitting on
about?
my hand. You like that? immediately I would stop and be like, we need to like, is that serious? Like,
I should cut my hand off.
I would be like, Ryan, you cannot put that episode.
Yeah, that
Right,
can't
like,
go.
turn this off.
I know,
But immediately that woman was like, boop, 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 publish. Well, fuck
that's
you.
true.
I guess
That's
he's
awesome.
like since doubled down. Like, no, I just this is the way. I think you guys we should all do it. It's better this way.
What
I would
is
be
better
curious
about it
what
though?
would be better. Yeah.
Well, you just wash your hands. I mean,
Yeah, but like what?
No.
I cannot think of a single reason
think he
why
shits in the
that's
shower?
better.
you have always in your life. She's told me this a lot. Dreamed of actually handling poop because you haven't ever done that before. It's a thing you haven't done,
Right.
and so you always tell me how
we all
badly
do
you
it.
want to do it.
You all do it when you go to the bathroom. You all do it. No, we don't.
It's like what? You shit in your hand, bro?
That's almost spot on with like
you
poop
shit
knife.
in your hand, bro?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Where the
It's
guy's
so
like,
normal to him.
What?
I
Yeah.
need the knife. Like, what are you fucking talking about? The guy's like, what? I shit in my hand. What are you talking
Right.
about?
What happens if you have the runs? You wash.
You just
I wonder
wa-
if
that's
his
why
whole
people wash their
family-
hands.
Why
That's
do you
why
think people wash their hands?
Yeah,
They have the
Not because
runs.
they're wiping their
Yeah.
asshole. It's because they're catching the shit falling out of
I
it
would
and
feel-
dropping it in the toilet.
I would feel better if his whole family did this because like that would make more sense. Right?
You want me to email him?
Because he feels he would probably
How
feel
many
like,
people
well,
in
I
your
know
family?
other people who do it, so you know what I mean.
They're a shit catching family.
They do it. They catch each other's shit.
Oh man,
Just like the poop knife, like he thought his
Just
his
like
whole
it.
family did it, so he thought
Yeah,
it
that's
was like
true.
normal.
His family did it. His family had
Right.
big shits. But man,
Why would you ever in your life
Maybe
think
he might have very quiet. Like nothing dropped. No, he doesn't ever splash.
if he? Well, I mean, that's if he sets it in. He might just drop it from where he catches it, which is still going to splash down.
Yeah.
I
mean,
just
I would
really
think he would
wish
set
I
it down,
had
like be very gentle
a
with it.
single
Just lets it
reason
go.
why he thinks that would be better than just
Yeah.
letting it go.
Other
in the
than
toilet.
he's convinced that that's normal, and someone told him that was normal, which is not.
Yeah, but that's so so dirty. Don't ever
What a-
shake that guy's
So
hand.
now we have the poop knife, we have the waffle stomp, and we have the you shit in your hand, bro.
Poop catchers. Yeah, the poop catchers.
You shake your hand, bro.
You shit, that's the best question. She's like,
You
it's just
shit
like
in your
silent
hand,
for a
bro?
second. She's like,
It's like she's in shock.
yo, you shit in your hand,
Yeah,
bro?
they're all in shock. You can hear people in the background like, no,
Right.
no.
She's like, my stomach's turning.
Oh.
Like this is
Right.
terrible. I don't know if we can continue. I'm shocked she
bad.
continued.
she just
Yeah.
continued.
He's like, I don't know. I just always pooped in my.
That's what I do. That's something I do. It's a hobby of mine.
Oh my goodness.
That's a hobby. I poop in my hand.
What's the point of the toilet then?
Yeah, I just poop in your hand, throw it in the garbage
Right.
or something. Like,
Well, I mean, it's still. I mean, now let's not be ridiculous now. The poop still has to go somewhere. You know, it goes down. I just. Why wouldn't you catch it? Why do you have hands if you're not going to
Yeah.
catch it and put it in the water?
oh, I've seen some things on
Oh
Instagram.
God.
But probably maybe because we're talking about shit all the time. This thing popped up on Instagram. There's like 2 reels in a row of people using like reusable toilet paper.
Reusable?
Yeah, they're like, it's like in a roll and there's like cloths and you essentially wipe your ass with it and then you rinse it off and then you put it in the washer and you wash it and then roll the stuff back up.
Oh,
Like a
man.
cloth diaper.
Like a cloth diaper, essentially. And you're just wiping your butt with it.
These are the types of people. The poop catcher and this person. They are the real. They're above all of
real
us.
heroes.
They're the
Yeah, they're saving the
They're-
environment.
Right.
Their
Yeah.
septic tank is not backing up.
This is what is truly civilized. We are uncivilized swine. Why, this guy has his middleman business
Yeah.
of catching shit.
Middle hand.
Middle handing business of picking it up and delivering it to the
my
water
God.
himself.
There's this girl that we work with. I don't know why we're talking about this, but
Catch a shit.
but she like
She shits in
you
her
know how,
hand.
like instead of toilet paper, some people use like wipes when
Yeah.
they take shit to wipe. She
when
was,
they take shit to wipe.
when they take a
yes.
shit and they
Walked it out. Yep.
But I remember one time it like stuck with me because she was like, I feel like if you don't use those, it's like barbaric. And I was like, really? Like I understand how it's like gets you way cleaner, but like it's pretty normal to just use toilet paper.
Her septic tank
We're not
is
civilized.
backing up.
We are not
Right.
civilized people.
None
Yeah.
of those things
I feel like
are
that's-
flushable.
We are
Right.
uncivilized.
Don't believe the ads.
I know.
We actually do have flushable wipes, and they've been fine.
But only
But
you.
they
use
are.
them.
They are. They
Now,
are.
when your nanny
I
came
do
over that
feel
one
they-
time
it
and
is
blew that
very
thing up.
comfortable.
See, she started it.
But
I've tried them a few times. It's just like
Just
it's
get a
so
bidet.
wet.
shitting in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would he think about a bidet? He's catching it while the bidet is
He might
cleaning him.
use the bidet to wash his own hand off. It would clean his
That's
pee
what
hole
the bidet is
and
for.
his-
At the
It's
same
like a
time,
sink in
yeah.
the
But it's
toilet.
also gonna like moisten up the. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, okay.
So what have you guys been up to?
Watching some TV shows.
What are we watching?
Okay.
Well, The Last of Us is rolling.
Oh.
It's great.
Oh my! How is no? I like said something in the Discord. You were the only one that responded. How is nobody
Yeah.
watching this?
I don't know. You need to be.
It is stressful.
It is
Yeah.
very stressful. It's not good for Natalie's blood pressure. That's for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, the very first episode was like not like just a couple days after I found out that I had like high blood pressure. We're watching it and I was like, this is a really bad idea.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
So stressed.
Oh god!
I mean, it's. I didn't play any of the video games, so I don't have as many spoilers as
Yeah, I don't
people do.
know anything.
I don't
about
either. I knew one unfortunate spoiler, and that's it.
But man, it's just really it's well done. It's just telling really
Yeah.
good stories, and
I saw a
every
thing-
Sunday I get excited to watch it.
Yeah.
I saw a thing on Reels. I was actually watching with Natalie last night. It was a scene from The Last of Us on top, and then on the bottom it was the scene from the video game, and it was exactly
Yeah,
the
they've done a really good. I think the person that made the video game is on the set all the time. He's like I don't know if he's executive producer. Some
Yeah,
he
he's
has
the
a
poop
name,
catcher.
So he's the poop
Right.
catcher.
Yeah.
so he catches everybody's shit.
I've heard
on
that
the-
about like
the show.
like the scene of at the dance or
disgusting.
whatever, like New Year's Eve party. I've heard that is also like play by play
Spot
of the
on.
video game
cool.
Yeah.
part of that.
Yeah.
I'm also watching the second season of The Rehearsal. So I talked about this a year ago, probably.
Okay.
Where this guy
Sounds
Nathan
vaguely familiar.
Does
Nathan
sound
Fielder
familiar.
essentially sets up these elaborate rehearsals.
Yes, I remember you saying
Okay.
this.
So in the first season, they had things like this guy wanted to ask out this girl that was on his trivia team. Okay?
Right.
Oh,
And he
okay.
set up that he like recreated the bar and he recreated the person asking the questions and he would be like, oh, I got to boost his confidence. So he subtly would like give him the answers to the question in conversation and then he would know it and he'd be smarter, right? It was just like
Yeah.
this extremely elaborate stuff he
To
did.
like practice.
And yeah, and he
for
did it for like
asking her out.
he even did this, yes, for him to just practice.
Yeah.
And then he did this thing where he wanted to like see if he was going to be a dad or something. So he had this person or this woman wanted to be a mom, I think. And he had this person like age every couple weeks. So it was like this couple month thing. So he had like a baby and then a 2-year-old would come in, then a 4-year-old would come in and they would just like rotate to see if this woman, it's insane. So this one is,
crazy.
it seems like it has a bigger overarching theme of, it's like plane crashes, which is crazy.
Wow.
But the rehearsal is the captain and the co-pilot. Essentially, the co-pilot have the confidence to stand up to the pilot during some situation?
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
So trying to like see, all right, who stands up to people and who don't, and
Yeah.
it just goes through this like thing. And the guy is so dry, and it like causes Devin anxiety just watching it. She's like, why does he do this? Like he recreates a giant section of like the either Denver or like LAX airport
Jeez.
in the studio.
Wow.
It's like spot on. He has
What is
hired
his
people
funding?
to work. HBO just gives him all the
Oh,
money.
it's HBO.
HBO.
Yeah,
that makes
HBO
sense.
just gives him a bunch of money.
Right.
He has like a Panda Express, and he teaches actors.
He's
how
got
to,
a
like,
poop catcher for
he had
sure.
actors like go to the airport, the actual airport, and like study people. Like, all right, you're gonna find this. You're
be
just gonna
those
watch them,
people.
and then they're gonna be that person
Wow.
all the time.
Jeez.
So it's like it's just so
crazy.
elaborate and crazy, and you might watch it and be like, "This is fucking dumb. I'm never watching this again." And I'd be like, "Okay."
If it's on
But
HBO, it's got to
to
be
me,
good.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
HBO
it
doesn't
just,
miss too
It just like reels me in where I just like will laugh and be like Devin, where I'm like, what is he doing and why is he doing this? But it's also just well done.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the things
This is nothing
we're
like
watching.
that, but for some reason that just sparked this memory in me of this YouTube channel, or maybe it's just maybe I've only seen it on Reels. There's this guy, and he's a magician, okay? And he puts himself in situations with people where he's like working at a store. Okay, let's say he's working at a pet store, and this person's at the counter, and she's like, "Oh, what's that for sale?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a roll." He's like, "It's goldfish. You buy them in a sticker."
Oh, is Michael Carbonaro?
Yeah, Carbonaro guy. Have you seen that guy?
Yeah, he had his own show. The
That
Carbonaro
is
effect.
the coolest fucking
Yeah.
thing. All right, so Natalie is confused. Let me keep going.
Yeah.
So, all right, there's this. He's got this roll of stickers, and they have fish on them.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just one of millions that I've seen of this guy. And the lady's like, okay, like, is a goldfish though? And he's like, yeah, it's like this
Yeah.
new promotional thing from the it's
always like
came from like
technology. Oh, it's
east.
new technology.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
out
yeah.
way
Oh,
out
yeah,
east
doing it.
in like the Orient, and he's like, so here's what you do: you grab a sticker. And then he's like, you just put it in the fish tank. And she's like, what? And he's like, they're like 39 cents. They're not much. And so he like grabs a bowl of water and he's like, I'll show you. And he takes the sticker and he puts it in the fish bowl and turns into a goldfish. And she's like, what? And she's like, well, how much are those? She's like 39 cents. He want like 5 of them. And she's like, well,
Yeah.
And it looks so real because he's just a magician.
Yeah.
And he's doing it, but it's like
an illusion.
I don't have time for your tricks. No, yeah, it's an illusion, obviously, but the person doesn't know it. To the person, she's just at a pet store and he's just working there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And he's got this run. And she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll
So
buy
it's like
6 of them."
magical like pranks kind of that he's doing
never
because you
seen
don't
that.
even
It
know
is so
you don't even
funny.
understand. Like if I'm just going to a pet shop, I'm not anticipating this being something weird.
Right.
But there's like a lot of people just believe, it's right in front of
it's
you.
right in
He's
front
doing
of
it right in front of you.
I'm going to say 2 more.
Yeah.
There was one where this lady's at a sporting goods store and she's there to pick up her bowling ball that she ordered from offline or
okay.
a basketball or something.
Yeah. It's like a
and this
Dick's
guy
Sporting
has
Good or something,
a
right?
box that only a bowling ball would fit in. And he's like, I can't get the bowling ball out. And he's like, oh, and he like reaches into the box and pulls out a basketball. And he's like, oh, they packaged them together. And she's like, oh, they packed the wrong thing, a basketball. And then he turns the box over and a bowling ball falls out. And she's like,
No, they packed them both together.
she's like, no. He's like, no, they packed them both together. It was hard to get out. And she's like, what? Wait,
Like how?
how did that get in there? And he's like, and he always gaslights a little bit. Like he just
Yeah.
says stuff that is meaningless. He's like, oh, they pack them like that sometimes. It just went in wrong and stuff. And she's like, no. How did that physically fit in the same box as that bowling
He's
ball?
like, but they were just both in there.
Yeah, he's like,
one
they
was
were
on
just,
top,
one was, it was just like,
there.
yeah, just, they do
Yeah.
that sometimes at the factory. They pack them weird. And she's like, no. She's like freaking out. And this other one,
Ryan,
he's like,
if that was you'd get so.
oh, I
you'd
would
start
be,
yelling.
I would not be able
You
to
would
let
Larry
go.
David the
I would
situation.
not
You'd be
let
like,
it
you're not
go.
understanding. This isn't possible.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not getting this. Physics do not work. Okay, so there's another one. He's in a warehouse, and he's working. There's this guy. It's like his first day at the warehouse working with him. Okay, and so the main guy, the Carbonaro,
Yeah.
he's on like a chicken carbonara. He's like on a ladder. Okay, and he's like, hey, can you bring me that vase?
I've seen this
I'm
one
going to
too.
put it on the
Yeah.
shelf. The guy comes over, he like hands him the vase. It's this huge vase, okay? And he's like, grabs it, like, thanks. And he's going to put it on the shelf, and it falls and shatters all over the floor. And right before that happens, a guy comes in the background as the guy's walking over with the vase.
Gross.
And he's like, hey, I'm taking off early. I got my girlfriend's sister's wedding, so I'm leaving. And the guy's like, okay, I'll see you next weekend, or I'll see you next week. And then the guy gives him the vase and it crashes, okay? As it's crashed on the floor, he's like, oh no. And the guy's like, oh my God, it broke. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Don't worry, it's my fault. He's like, can you do me a favor and just go get a broom and clean and clean it up? As he goes over to get the broom, the guy is like, hey, can you bring me that vase? And there's another vase there suddenly.
It essentially like reset the whole scene.
Yeah. And
Like,
so the
he,
guy's like, what? He's like, yeah, that vase. Can you grab it? I'm gonna put it on the shelf. And so the guy's kind of like dumbfounded, but puts the broom down. He grabs the vase. He comes over. There's no vase on the floor now.
What?
And as he's going to give him the vase, the guy comes in again and he's like, hey, I'm leaving. I gotta go. My sister's wedding is next weekend. He's like, all right, I'll see you next
Well,
week.
where did it go?
And the guy comes up and he's like,
magic.
He's like, didn't this just happen? And he's like, didn't what just happen? He's like, didn't I? He's like, am I crazy? Didn't this just break on the floor? And he's like, no, I wanted you to hand me that. He's like, it just broke. He's like, no, you're holding it.
Poor guy.
Yeah, and so he like puts it on the shit. And it's so
the
fucking
show.
crazy.
So he has a show. The show is called The Carbonaro Effect.
where he just does that stuff.
He just does that stuff.
I gotta
so it's
see
like,
it.
It's like 30 minutes, and the first half of the show is the little ones where he's at the store, the goldfish, and he does that to 5 different people. He goes to the next store, he does a bunch of stuff, and then the end, the last 10 minutes or so is one of the bigger ones, like the vase setup, where there's more of a setup kind of. There's a couple other actors maybe in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like Devin and I would watch that show because it would be like Impractical Jokers and then Carbonaro Effect would just be
they
on
seem
randomly.
similar.
So they would just like cycle. They were actually on each other's show once, which is kind of funny.
That is fun.
But yeah, so I've seen like almost every episode.
Oh
It's
man,
just
are
so
they
fun.
all great like that?
Yeah, I mean they're just fun to watch, and you just watch it, and you're like, I wouldn't believe that, and then you'd be like, yeah, maybe I would.
I totally would. It would get
Yeah.
me for sure. And that vase one, I think would challenge my perception of reality. I think
Yeah,
I would
sounds like
have an
it.
existential crisis. I think
Yeah.
I'd be
There's
like,
some people
oh my
that like,
God,
there's some people that like lose it.
I
Like,
can
he
tell
does
the
some-
future.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some crazy ones. Yeah, you should just watch it. I bet you can find every episode on YouTube or something. Or
Yeah,
just-
they got to.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTube, I love watching people react to things I love. If they're like, there's like this channel that it's like these two guys who, let's say they grew up listening to nothing but rap. Okay. So that's like the only music they know.
Oh, okay.
And now they're going and they're listening. They're like, you know what? We want to listen to heavy metal. So we're going to listen to Metallica. What Metallica song should we listen to? And someone will be like, you should listen to Master of Puppets or Enter Sandman first. And so they do. And you watch these adult
Yeah.
men listening to
For the first time ever.
like my favorite, song of all time for the first time. And you get to see that happen.
Yeah.
It's crack.
Yeah,
I
that's
watch that not just for music
Yeah.
I like, but for I'll be like, oh, I love that scene in Tombstone when Val Kilmer's shoots and kills Johnny Ringo, and there's like people reacting to seeing that for the first time ever, and it's like so. I love. I've watched so many people go through Lord of the Rings for the first time. I was just on a kick of watching other people watch Lord of the Rings from the first movie all the way to the third movie, and seeing how like they're like, I never heard of this. I don't know. It seems dorky, and then they start watching it and they're crying.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm secretly jacking off thinking it's Natalie.
Sure, of course.
Hoping and hoping and hoping, but it never will because she fucking hates it so much. I love watching
it is
people react to stuff.
It definitely can be entertaining.
Yeah.
I watch it sometimes. I'm like, you motherfuckers are probably making more money than I'm making watching something. You're not even creating anything.
No,
you're just watching
reacting.
something and
but
putting
people like me eat it up.
Well, especially if it's something you love. I saw one recently where this guy and this girl, they were listening to like Florence and the Machine for the first time, and I think it was like,
I like Florence and the Machine.
Shake It Off or Shake It. What's it called?
Check it up.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
I don't know what they're
Shake it
saying.
like a Polaroid picture.
Yeah, but they were just both like,
Outcast.
oh my god, and then I'm like, I know what's coming next, in the song, and then I'm like, wait till they hear this part, and they're like, oh my
Right.
god, what?
That's the best thing. I was just listening to somebody react to Misery Business by Paramore for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're loving it so much and they haven't even heard the chorus. Wait till she's like, whoa, I never meant to brag. I'm like, that's going to be great. And then the payoff is, I could just watch that shit all fucking day. It's crack to me.
I've seen a few of them with like sports, like someone who doesn't watch hockey.
Yeah, react to
And I've
Pavel
seen
Datsuk
it-
goals.
the
Me
Datsuk
too.
goals where he's like, holy shit.
Oh my God, that's the best player I've
And I'm
ever
like,
seen. Like,
that's
yep,
fun,
that's
yeah.
right, bitch.
That's funny.
That's the best stuff ever. Yeah,
that is pretty good.
It's so fun.
I just finished this show. It's not new, but that show called Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
I watched that.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was one of the more different shows
It was
I've ever
interesting.
seen.
That's the Schitt's Creek girl
Schitt's
show.
Creek Girl. It's like
it's like
Yeah.
it looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
when
let's
you
talk
first
about
start watching it, it looks like this like cheesy, dumb
that one.
sitcom-y
Yeah,
show.
that,
yeah.
what an interesting premise.
Right. Because like at first I was kind of like, this is dumb. I almost like didn't continue because I didn't know anything about
Right.
it, but like the fact where like they're acting like, these fake people on a sitcom and the lights are always bright when it's in that like mode.
And it's like canned laughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But and everyone's like, like Kevin, like
Yeah, it's just like this
Kevin,
like,
quit
goofy
catching your
dude.
poop.
right, yeah. And so, but then when they're like acting like real, it get like all of like the lights like dim and get dark, and that's when everybody like the people are being real. And at first it's only the girl, the wife. I think her name's Allison.
The Schitt's Creek girl.
Yeah, the Schitt's Creek girl, and then she like basically like
Yes,
hates
you do.
her life, and she's like, how do I get out of this marriage and whatever. And then every time she's around Kevin or any of the other people,
turns
it's
to
like turns
sitcom.
into sitcom-y. But then like throughout
Yeah.
the show, more people start being real, and then so more the show gets kind of get darker.
Does that gimmick wear off?
It gets
Because-
less and less.
At the beginning, I could see being like, this is crazy awesome. Then it's like, okay, I get it.
No, because it's so good when it's not the sitcom-y part.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it
but do
went
you
on
find
for-
yourself only wanting the not sitcom-y part? Because you realize at
Oh,
that
yeah.
point that the sitcom-y
Yeah.
part is like, this is the bullshit.
But that's
stuff.
most of it, and that's most of it. But it's the coolest part to me was like there's this one specific character like where he's always in the sitcom-y part, and then
He's like
towards
the
the
doofus
end.
neighbor.
Right.
Right.
And
He's
then
like
towards
the doofus
the end,
brother-in-law.
something
Yeah.
happens, and then
Yeah.
you
He sort
see
of
him
changes.
start being real, and you're like, wow, because I just didn't even care about that character because he was just such a nothing,
such a
like
doofus.
had no depth to him at all, and now suddenly he
doofus.
does, and you're like, whoa, he's a real person, you
Yeah.
know? And I don't know, it was really
If the
good.
show would have went on for seasons and seasons, it would have
Yeah,
been
it was only two
Yeah.
seasons, and I think
it's over?
I think it ended
Yeah.
perfectly. It was just like a succinct.
It's just really unique.
Series.
It was
They all
one of the
died.
more unique things I've
No.
seen in terms of just someone
They all
being
lived.
creative to be like, I'm going to make a sitcom, but it's not really a sitcom. I'm going to do
Yeah.
the offset.
I thought it was
love
creative,
that.
too.
It's just a cool
I
thing.
love
Yeah.
that. For that sake, just do something different. I
And
love
I didn't
that.
know about that, so I was watching. I'm like, whoa, this is interesting.
Yeah, when it happened for the first time, you were probably like, what?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's cool.
Oh, man. Okay. What else you guys up to? Anything else? Anything else you got?
I can't remember if I don't think I finished the Wayward Pines trilogy or if I was in the middle of it last time, but I finished it and I loved it.
The Wayward. Oh, this is the books.
Wayward Pines trilogy, the Blake Crouch, the guy who wrote Dark Matter.
Oh.
This is like, it gave me like Silo.
Is this the
vibes.
Alan Fullerton recommendation?
Yes. Yeah, I think it was.
Well, okay.
I think there's actually a TV show
What else do
of
you
the first
recommend?
book of Pines. I think there's a TV show, but
First
I think
book of
Alan's the first book is called Pines, but the Wayward Pines.
Oh, and it's a show?
There's a TV show. Yeah, from
But I think Alan's
10 years ago
it
or
was
so.
not.
Oh.
It's not like anything like the book or something.
Oh, so is it not good then?
no. I think the show is. I think people really like. The
I don't
show.
know. I haven't
really?
seen the show.
Yeah, I think so.
But
look
the
up.
books I thought were great. I really want Ryan to read them,
I'll read them eventually.
and they're short too, which is like
The Silo books are short too, aren't they?
Okay, maybe don't like it.
I don't know.
7.3 on IMDb. For
That's not bad.
Wayward Pines.
I read
That's fine.
Silo on
7.3 is not
on
bad.
my Kindle, so it's hard to tell sometimes.
Oh, I for some reason thought you had the Silo books. Oh, okay.
I
Maybe
have it.
will.
It's just on my Kindle.
Well, I meant the books.
Nope.
The
Like a
book,
physical
book,
thing.
book.
Do not.
The actual book.
Speaking of books, for Mother's Day, I was like, "Oh, if you were looking for something to get me," I was like, "I have a few books that I want,"
Alright, it's
and then
kinda
I send him the links, and then like a few days later, I'm like,
They're right there.
on the bookshelf with the books.
With the books.
I
There's all the books that I just told him I
hide them in
wanted.
plain sight.
Yeah.
So I thought I was like, they'll be in plain
what the
sight.
heck is that? Those are
She'll
the books
never
he
look
just bought
there.
me. And he was
My
like,
mistake
yeah.
is I have them going the opposite
you,
way.
Yeah, you messed that one up.
I fucked it up.
I mean, all you had to do is move it over slightly.
However, I did some random purchasing for you. So
Did you?
what do you mean? Oh, did I? I bought you that eye thing you hate.
Oh, I thought you meant for Mother's Day.
And I bought you that book you like, the thing. And that was just all off the cuff. So
That
I think
is
I should get a little pass for
it's just really funny.
hiding your-
It's like
your
you're like
Mother's Day
I buy
present
you
in
a
plain
gift and
sight.
just keep it on the counter until it's
Well,
Mother's Day.
here's what actually happened. I opened it. I opened the Amazon package with the poop knife, that was hanging on the wall that we like because we don't want Natalie waffle stomping. Of
course.
And I had the books in my hand, and this is the dumbest thing. But I was in my brain, I was seriously like, what could I possibly do with this? I don't know where to put these that she won't see them. And my brain was like, I got it. I'll put them by the books.
Put them sideways
She'll never,
next to the.
not like I could just put them in the storage room in a bin that she'll never go in ever.
Or just like a cupboard.
No,
or something.
I was like confounded. I was like sitting there. I was
I'll
like,
put it on her pillow.
I can't put them back in the box. Yeah, like,
Right.
what can I do?
And then there was like, so I wanted 4 books. So I saw
see 'em.
I saw 3 of them on there.
Oh, yeah,
and then
this- damn it, this
like
is funny, too.
probably like 10 minutes after I saw him, he's like, oh, what's this razor blade? Oh. And I was like, that's the other book I wanted.
Well, okay, no one listening is going to understand what you just did. I got a notification on my phone
Yeah,
that
that's
said something
true.
was delivered, and I was like, razor blade tears? What the fuck is that? And she's like, that's the last book I told you to get me. I was like,
Go put it on the
coming.
stack.
Guess I got
I was
shipped.
like,
Go put it downstairs with the other
It
ones.
actually was just sitting on the counter for a couple of days before I
was.
moved it down here. Well, I figured at that point you saw it already, so whatever.
You already knew.
Who gives a shit? I mean,
already
it's
knew.
basically like we share money. It's like
I know.
use our
And I
money to
told you
buy
what to get me, so it's
something
not
that
a
I tell
surprise.
you. Yeah, so whatever.
It is funny. But he did actually give me a surprise gift recently. And
The gift of sex.
I'm obsessed. I'm
I gotta lower her
obsessed
blood
with
pressure.
it.
Yeah, you gotta bring it down.
So it's like this
She's
book.
obsessed.
It's like a coloring book, but each page all is just white, and there's just like a bunch of like
It's like
either,
a coloring book.
but it's just like a bunch of like either little tiny squares or circles, and all of them have numbers in it. So it's like color by number, but it's all like these white shapes.
You would
and you
like
don't know what the picture is until you start coloring it.
You're staring at me, telling this to me.
Is that what it is?
She's like looking in my eyes. She's
This is
like,
what you
I
do.
got this book and it's got all these things on it. She's like, stop staring at me.
You would like
Look at
that.
Jeff.
Are there
You're
any
talking to
jewels or
Jeff.
gems you put on it? Or?
No, but it's like cool because I'm like, what's this picture gonna be? And I start coloring it, and then we all try to guess. We're like, I think it's this.
It's a dog. It's a dog.
Yeah,
It's
I saw
totally
you
a dog.
coloring a dog.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
dog.
it was. Yeah,
But there has been the
it's
first
been
one was a
fun.
wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll like do
That'll
a couple
lower your blood
colors.
pressure. It's a
right. It's
calming
like
activity.
a mindless like something to do. Yeah,
Yep,
that's like I like that sometimes.
exactly. So then she now for the double blood pressure reduction, she'll color while I'm
While you
down
do
there.
that. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh my God.
Listen
So
to
now
every
she
episode,
has.
probably.
So now what the doctors just said is your blood pressure's too low.
You're
We got it. You're too relaxed.
You're gonna have to do something.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
How do we stress you
I'll be right
out?
back. I gotta go get my
What if-
pill.
How about
You're to raise your blood
Yeah,
pressure.
Ryan. Yeah, right. Let Ryan go down on you while you think about work.
While you think about
work, and
that'll
then have Ryan go-
totally
that
even
just-
it out completely.
Yeah.
She's taking her pill to increase her blood
She ran away to go to that. I need my blood pressure increasing pills.
Oh man! So what have you been playing, Jeff? You been playing any games?
Yeah, playing games. I want to do really quick. I want to maybe run through the Golden Geek and Mensa stuff.
Oh,
We're kind
yeah,
of in
right.
A little bit of award season, but not really.
Fuck
but
Golden Geek.
so Mensa does their Mensa awards. You know,
For all the smart
Mensa
people.
Mind Games 2025. So I think last year we talked about you have to do some stuff to be included in this. Like provide a certain amount of copies for reviewers, sort of, and they have a panel of people that play the games and do it. So it's not necessarily like Golden Geek, which we'll talk about next, where every game could win this. This is, I think, a narrowed down number.
There's a
of-
panel, is what
Yes,
you're
there's a
saying.
panel
It's not
and-
just the public.
and the games get submitted instead of just open whatever.
Open mic.
We have a couple 25th century games in there. So Red Rover, way to go, Chad.
Attaboy.
Agueda, the City of Umbrellas, which we talked about.
Okay.
And then a newer game called Diatoms, Diatoms, Diatoms.
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 feel like I've heard that word.
It's beautiful. People were playing it at Nerdfest a few weeks ago, and they were like, "We love it." I was like,
Really?
that's cool. So
It's new.
Yeah, it's newer. At least newer to us. I don't
Did
know.
we play Agueda?
I've played
did you just
Agueda.
talk about
I don't
it?
think.
Maybe
Yeah,
you
we
just
definitely
talked
talked about
I
it
feel
on the
like
show.
Like
I
sounds
think
familiar.
we Googled it because it's like a real place, right? With
Yes,
the
it's
umbrellas.
got the umbrellas and
on that like street or whatever.
Yes.
That street where they are.
Farms Race Deluxe Edition. Don't know that. Hutan, Hutan, all in capital letters.
Hotan.
Donut must have typed that. Now, in the footsteps of Marie Curie.
Okay, so it's
which is
basically the
another
footsteps
one of
of
the other
Darwin.
ones. Yep.
Yeah.
Plundering Times and Treasure of the Dragons, which I don't know really the last ones, but I really wanted to give Chad a shout out.
Both of those
Century.
have cool titles.
Yes. So I wanted to, give Chad his due for congrats on
That's
that
good.
one.
Good job, man.
Should I run through Golden Geek?
It's an
a little
honor
bit?
just to be nominated, unless you're us.
Yeah.
Then
I'm gonna
fuck
skip that.
you.
I'm gonna skip that section. They can suck
were
it.
nominated.
We
last
are
year.
bitter.
Yeah.
We were. We
can
can say
retire
that
now.
we were once
we have been a
nominated.
nominated. We are a nominated.
We are a
nominee.
Golden Geek nominated
It's like
podcast.
when you're like nominated for like Golden Globes, but you don't win. You're always
You're
forever
always a Golden Globe
nominee.
nominated.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
Although they don't tell the Golden Globe winners, you've won one, you can't ever win again.
Yeah.
So every year that goes by that we don't win really just makes
even
us
more
worse.
embarrassing.
Yeah, it just makes us worse because there's less podcasts that are good in the pool.
Yeah.
Right.
So Golden Geek got announced. I think you have a few more days to vote if you feel like doing that, but fuck that now.
Fuck the Golden Geek.
We don't care
Two-player
if you do or
games. Two-player
I
games.
don't give a
Agent
shit.
Avenue. Don't know. Compile, which I loved. So Compile.
We played
is what
that.
I'd be
We
rooting
played that?
for. No.
Okay, I know.
But it's good. Dune. There's a Dune game. Apparently a two-player. Flatiron. A Jest of Robin Hood. Ironwood. Kelp. King of Tokyo Duel. Lord of the Rings Duel. And Star Wars Unlimited got nominated for two-player
All
games.
right, cool.
Artwork and presentation. Arcs is beautiful. That would get one
yeah,
of
it
mine.
does look really cool.
Fellowship of the Ring trick taking game.
That
Played,
looks
reviewed,
really
talked
cool
about.
too. I actually like that a lot.
Fromage, one of my favorite games of last
Wow,
year.
best artwork, huh?
Yeah, I mean it's cool. I mean presentation. It's got the big wheel in the middle.
The
it
wheel is
turns,
cool.
and-
Yeah.
So I think
We only played it online.
I've seen it though. I saw it at Nerdfest.
Harmonies, which Harmonies. Is
Harmonies
beautiful.
looks awesome.
This other Kelp Shark vs Octopus game.
Damn, Harmonies.
Yeah,
I feel like that was.
for artwork and presentation. I mean, it might have been the beginning of last
It must
year.
have been.
So
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm
I was
like,
like, that
that
seems
feels
old.
old. Yeah.
let's go to Japan.
Okay, you played that now.
Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth. SETI, which is got a cool space.
Did you
thing.
play SETI?
No, I haven't. I really want to.
The expansion was just announced.
Oh,
I saw. I was
mean,
like,
they're
damn.
pumping them out.
They are.
Unconscious Mind, which is sitting unplayed on my table, which is probably one of the next bigger games I play with Devin. Wondrous Creatures, which is gorgeous. That would probably get one of my votes. And
You
then
like that
Wormspan.
game?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones from the year.
Wormspan.
Yeah. I mean, it has nice art. Like if you're just looking at art,
I'm just like, is that wasn't nominated last year?
I think that. And when did Finspan come out? This year?
Finspan was the newer one.
Yeah.
Wormspan was like the year before.
I got Finspan.
You did?
I'm gonna try it. Yeah. Co-op game, Seven Citadel,
Okay.
Bomb Busters. You guys played?
Oh,
Seventh
yeah.
Citadel, is that from the seventh
Yes, it's the seventh
continent
follow
thing?
up.
Cool.
Yep.
What was the one you just said after that?
Bomb Busters.
Yep.
You guys played?
Okay, Bomb Busters was
Dead
okay.
Cell. Dead Cells, which is that the
Dead Cells is a video
right?
game.
Yep.
Mhm.
Fate Forge, which I don't really know. Fellowship of the Ring, trick taking game.
That's gotta win.
The Gang.
Oh, baby. I would vote for that.
Leviathan Wilds. Do you remember
Oh, yeah,
playing
we
that
played that online.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was really fun.
I liked that game.
Primal, The Awakening, Slay the Spire, Title Blades 2, and Wilmot's Warehouse.
There's some heavy hitters in
Yeah,
there.
there's some good ones. Expansions I'm skipping. Who cares?
Yep.
Innovative, Arcs, Bomb Busters, City of the Six Moons. Do you know City of the Six Moons?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to click on it and then I'm going to go back. City of the Six Moons is that game that no one knows how to play.
I like that title, though.
It is like you have the directions are in some different random ass symbol language and you have no clue how to play the game and it comes with cards.
That's like the point?
and-
You just have to figure it out?
You are essentially trying to investigate the game and figure out what these things mean in order to even play it.
Damn.
It seems crazy to me, but for some reason I want it.
Yeah.
Like it would be something to just like sit on a table and be like, can anybody figure out what this symbol means versus this? It's on these different things. I think the whole process is trying to figure out how to actually play and decipher this alien language is I get the theme of it.
Wow.
I mean, innovative for sure.
That
Is it
sounds
any
very
good?
innovative.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but that's the kind of shit I'd like to hear about. Like,
Yeah.
what's
so
new?
Yeah.
I might
Bomb
look into
Busters,
just
I don't
getting
feel
it.
like it's innovative at all.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I might
that's
actually
on
look
the
into getting
innovative thing.
City of the Sixth Moon just to see. I
Yeah,
think it's hard
what's
to
it all
get,
about?
but Fishing, which is a Friedman Freeze game, I believe.
That's got to be.
Fromage, again, The Gang, innovative. Let's go to Japan. Monkey Palace, SETI, and Wilmot's Warehouse. I don't know anything about Wilmot's Warehouse. Light Game of the Year, Bomb Busters, Captain Flip, Castle Combo. Man, I love Castle Combo. Cities,
Castle Combo's
Fishing, Flip 7, great. The Gang.
The Gang.
Emblem, which is the cat, the cat
Mlem.
space game. Rebirth or Rebirth.
Yep, one of those.
And River Valley Glassworks. We played a lot of those.
Yeah.
That's a good
Damn,
category.
that's a good grouping.
Medium Game of the Year. Endeavor, Deep Sea, Fellowship of the Ring, Trick Taking Game, which is medium for some reason. Fromage, Harmonies, Let's Go to Japan, Duel for Middle Earth, River of Gold, which I really want to play. People really like that one.
We tried getting it for Ta at Gen Con, and we were like 2 people short.
Yeah.
It like sold out right in front of us.
Slay the Spire for medium game, Windmill Valley, and Wormspan.
Damn.
It might have been good. It was a good year.
Some good games in there.
Heavy game. Andromeda's Edge, which I haven't played but looks awesome. Arcs, Black Forest, Civolution, which I haven't played. Ezra and Nehemiah, which is one of the what's it called games
of the game. I mean, it's not an of the game, but
right. Inventors
by
of the
Garfield.
South Tigris, which is another one.
That's an of the-
Menifer, which is a
Menifer.
The guy that made Bitoku, another game. I don't know his name off the top of my head. SETI and then Unconscious Mind. Party games. Here's some of the highlights. Flip 7, The Gang is in the party game,
Yeah,
of course. Link City, I think you guys played. Landmarks, which we don't like.
Link City sucked.
Fangs and Rangs. That's kind of. I'll kind of pause there. Best podcast. Fuck off, everybody.
Fuck you.
But those were some of the
congrats
big
to whoever
ones.
wins,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
There's a lot more repeats after that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I actually hope
Look it
that Blue Peg, Pink Peg finally
Yeah, I hope they
gets
finally
Yeah,
win.
they
Yeah,
deserve it.
there was a
It's like
thing.
those poor guys have been nominated for a decade
Yeah.
in a row.
Yeah.
and
I
they've
think
never
there was
won.
something on the Snobs. It's a couple people agreed on the Snobs Discord, the board game Snobs, but I don't think they were nominated either. But
They
someone was like, "Let's try to get Blue Peg, Pink Peg to finally fucking win."
Yeah,
And that was
let
kind of
them
the thing.
fucking have it for once.
They've been
in a while.
doing it for a million years. It seems,
And
like.
they've been responsible. I don't know what the format is now. I haven't listened in a long time. But back when
Neither, but that used
it
to
was
be one of my
basically the
regulars.
OG,
Yeah,
I would listen to
Ryan
them
listened to
and
it a
Secret
lot.
Cabal
Yeah.
exclusive. There's those 2 podcasts and the Dice Tower. That's all I used to listen to.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I got reminded of something else.
Oh, I know. I was going to say the same
when
shit.
he
We
was
were looking at
talking
when he was.
about
Yep. I was like, all right. There's this video game we're playing.
Okay.
It's called Blue Prince.
Oh yeah,
Not Blueprints, but it is kind of like
Prince,
Blueprints.
like PRINC.
And
It's like a
it
puzzle.
is a puzzle game.
yeah. Dave is playing it. I think.
Yeah, we
he has
saw
like a
him.
notebook.
Did we?
Yeah, remember we were like you were
you do know
downloading
him.
it and it said that Dave had it and you're like, oh, Dave's playing it.
Okay.
I think he says he has like a notebook. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you
being,
gotta take
like,
notes.
was,
You have to take
doing a bunch of
notes.
stuff.
You got to take notes. Well, you don't have to. You should.
I mean,
You definitely
you'll
should, because if
never
you don't,
remember.
you'll forget some
Yeah.
shit. But it's basically a roguelike game where what that means is like you start
Right.
At the
and you-
beginning of every time.
every time you start back at 0.
Right.
However, you have more information every time you play. So really, you're just going through a house, and your goal is to find room 48
yeah, 46
or something, 46 maybe. And that's your goal. That's all you're trying to do is find that room. But the trick is you only have 50 footsteps to do this in, and a footstep is spent every time you enter a room. So what you do is you enter the foyer of this mansion, and there's 3 doors, and you pick a door, and then some rooms randomly come up, and you get to pick between these 3 rooms.
So like the
And-
layout's different every single time you play
Yeah.
it because it depends what room you pick. When you walk in a room, that you pick what room you're walking into out of like 3 options.
Yeah, 3 options. And so like one of them might have some really cool items that you need for later in the thing, but it's a dead end. And so you can't go in that. So now that cuts off
You don't
this
know where
area of
you
the mansion.
necessarily need them, but you might need them.
Like
that thing
you
was back in
always
this thing,
need
maybe.
keys because sometimes doors are locked, and if you don't have a key when and there's the last door to go through that to keep going and it's locked, you're done for the run. And you have to start over. You need gems because gems allow you sometimes when the 3 rooms come up, 2 of them or one of them might have a gem requirement to get that room, and there's those 2 items are like the ones you like need. Like you got to have those 2 things to make sure you progress through. So there's a room at the beginning that might be like, this gives you 2 gems, but it's a dead end room. So it blocks off. Now you can't go
that
through
area.
that door.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to weigh like, well, we need gems to help us later, but this is going to block this section of the manor off. So now what do we do? And so the cool fucking thing is everything in almost every room is something. You'd have no idea what that something is.
At the very beginning, we were like, I don't understand anything. But the more and more we play, we're like,
that's
remember
what that
this room?
means.
This is referring to that. And so we're like, okay, now we need to try to get this room because now we know what to do with it, And it's like really cool.
Here's a non-spoiler, for instance. Every room, almost, not every room, most rooms, they're all decorated. So like we would go into a room and it's like the bedroom. And you go into the bedroom and there's just shit all over the walls and there's like different colored stuff everywhere. And then there's like a white chess piece pawn. Like a white pawn is in the room. And then you go in the next room and it's like they have a black rook. And it's like, there's 2 chess pieces. And then like several other rooms have other chess pieces in them.
We're like,
and
this
I
must
know
mean
that's going to do something at some point.
But we don't know yet.
We don't know what yet. So we're just recording every room that we go through that's new, and we're like, let's put the stuff in it that we don't understand. So this one has a white rook, this one has a black queen, this one has a white pawn, and again, we don't know what it is yet, but eventually that's going to matter.
Something will. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
It's fucking fun as fuck.
What are you playing it on?
The PS5. But you can play on the Switch. So like if you and Devin wanted to play it, I think it's on the Switch.
It doesn't matter.
Kind of sounded like a snake. Because it's a game that you would like.
I don't know no snakes.
It's very escape roomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way.
Fun.
Right. It seems like that kind
So
of stuff.
it's a game that you would
Roomy or
like.
Yeah.
I know you're not a big video game player, but I think
It doesn't feel
it's
like a
almost
video
not
game.
a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
just
like
like
if
a
you and
puzzle.
Devin would play, you could let Devin control it, and then you just take notes.
Yeah.
And guess and
Right.
figure stuff out.
Right. Because it's not
fun.
really like it's not technically like a 2-person game. We just sit there together and make decisions. We're like, ooh, let's pick
Yeah,
this
I mean,
room.
controlling
Ooh.
it is just walking, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. So it's
exactly.
not like
You can't
Right.
even
Walking and
you
picking
can't
up stuff.
jump, you can't squat down. You literally just walk and open doors.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And pick up
And
things.
yeah, you can like interact with stuff. Like
Yeah.
sometimes there's puzzles. That you like,
but that's-
there's puzzles that are inherent to one room. And so you walk into the billiard room and there's this dartboard puzzle that you play, and it's just math. And every single time you go in there, the trick to solve that puzzle.
Yeah.
But the puzzle gets harder and harder every time you do that room. So
Yeah.
we're on the 12th or 13th day, which is we've done 12
day
or
is you
13
dying,
runs.
essentially.
you
Yeah.
running out of steps and then starting over
Yeah.
the next day. And so we've gotten this billiard room 7 times or so. Every time we do it, it gets
a little bit harder.
The arithmetic puzzle to solve it is more difficult.
Oh,
and it's
cool.
like, so it's kind of a neat way that the game makes it harder. So you're not bored. Like, why do I have to go through this same puzzle
I
that
know
I've
the
done
answer is
100
38,
times?
move
Yeah,
on.
like why am I doing? But it's like, it changes and it's harder now. So there's a chance you could fuck it up, and then you know what I mean. So
that
it's
sounds fun.
really, really fun. It's called Blue Prince. If you are out there and you want a puzzle video game to play,
Like a prince, like royalty.
like
Right. It's
royalty.
like a play on words though, because
Yeah.
you are making blueprints.
Yeah, you are following the blueprints
get
of
it.
this castle.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So all right, Jeff, what do you?
I got games.
What
We're
you
gonna
been
burn
into?
through some games.
Burn
You ready
through
for
'em.
this? Let's burn.
Let's
through it.
burn
It was
like an
my
STD.
Pick. Ooh.
What?
It was my
It burns?
pick on
Ow.
Monday, and I picked a game called Earth. Okay.
Earth.
EARF.
Wyatt Earth.
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 And I picked Earth because I wanted to play with the new expansion. And I did. Okay, I have not played Earth without the expansion. I got like a prototype copy a year ago at Nerdfest.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just throw it right in there. But I wanted to just like say it again because it's now readily available, and I think it was a highly anticipated
Oh yeah, everyone
expansion
loves
because
Earth,
everybody likes
except me and
Earth.
Natalie.
Yeah, the two of you don't like it,
didn't
but
like it.
I will tell you
I
that
don't remember.
if you liked Earth, you would be like, this is a perfect
Gotta
expansion.
have. Oh, okay. So it adds more
it is
stuff.
like the things that we've talked about as being expansions that we like. This is amazing. So I'm not going to talk too much about Earth. If you've played it, you know it's an engine building tableau game. Natalie, there's a 4x4 grid. You're building these cards. Every time an action gets taken, you sort of run that engine kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yes, I remember.
It's also like someone is the active player. They pick an action and everyone follows with sort of a weaker action. So this abundance expansion is what it's called. It introduces, you have some new cards, which is cool. And that's like what Ryan and I always talk about expansions that we like. Here's a bunch of new cards, throw them in the deck.
Yeah.
Awesome. It is also a game with just a giant fucking deck of cards. It's like the stack, basically, I had to break it into 4 sections. Some people, you can draw it from wherever you want because I didn't want a stack of like 8 inches of cards because they all just tipped over on thing. So new cards you get thrown in there. But the biggest thing that this abundance thing adds is these things called seeds. Okay, you can spread your seed. And they can be spent in different ways to get the other shit during the game, like the dirt that you need to build the cards or the shit, whatever they're called. You can get
your hand?
cubes
Shit in your hand,
shit in
bro?
your hand and then you can give it to them. Yeah, you're telling me you don't shit in your hand?
you just let your doo-doo fall in the
You
toilet?
just let it fall in the toilet?
Doo-doo.
That's
You let the doo-doo
disgusting.
you just let it fall right out. You don't
Fall
catch it
in.
every time? You don't catch it every time.
Every time. God.
What if you got the runs?
man.
That's why you wash your hands.
That's why you wash your hands. That's what they're
Don't
for.
you wash your hands?
That's what soap and water's for.
You're gross.
Yeah, wash that real good.
God.
You're gross for not catching it.
So that's so gross. Other than these seeds doing the same things that you can do in the game, it adds this thing called germinate, which is the new action in the game. You can spend a seed to germinate.
Yeah.
Which basically means you can
terminate you later.
You can lower your blood pressure. You can essentially search the deck for a specific scoring condition. So if you've played the game and you guys have, you remember, you could say like, all right, you're going to get, let's just say a point for every card with this symbol on it.
Yeah.
And you just can't draw the symbol. Similar to Arc Nova or Terraforming Mars, like, man, I can't get a this, I can't get a that. You can spend a seed and say, all right, I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck and I'm going to search through until I find a card that meets the requirement that I've set out
That's
loud.
cool.
I need a blue card. And you go, here's the first blue card. It's now in my hand.
Give me that blueprint.
So that just, it really like eliminates a little bit of the randomness in a very random card drawing kind of game. And it adds a 6th player. So like if you like Earth, this is an expansion that you seamlessly add in to the base game. Even if Ryan and Allie like this game, they would be like, you don't. You would say this is a perfect expansion.
Yeah.
Just even
Makes
me
sense.
telling you, you'd probably be like, this makes the most sense.
Anything
It's
that just doesn't add overhead is a perfect
it's a
expansion.
simple add-in. You wouldn't even know, like, other than the tokens being different, you might not know that it's even an expansion. Like, it's something that I'll play with
like seamless.
new players. It's just seamously thrown in, and it's
But not
like
seedless.
perfect.
Seed full.
And you know, there is like this other little thing. It's not so that game is very heads down, solo. You're like playing, but you're sort of just at the table. Like you're doing your own stuff. I don't really know what's going on at the other part of the table. There are the new cards do say things. You do interact with your neighbors, all in a positive way. So like one of my cards might be like kind of powerful, but I get a power. It says like I get 4 cubes, but everybody else gets 1 also. So I would just be like doing my turn and be like, everyone take a cube, and then everyone takes a cube. So it's like fake interaction between players, but at least they tried. They maybe heard the complaint of like, man, no one. You could play this whole game and not talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But so they tried to at least throw that in there. So
But I like that.
the expansion is good. If you don't like Earth, you probably don't have the game. So why are you fucking listening? Fast
you.
forward.
Go shit in your hand.
But if you liked Earth and you want just a little bit more, the expansion is exactly what I feel like it should be. It's not completely revolutionizing the game or changing it. So if you wanted some deeper experience, you're not getting that, but you're getting more of probably what you like in the game anyway.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All I can think about is a would you rather, and Ryan would be like, I don't know. I think I'd rather have Natalie shit in her
I think
hand than use
Natalie
a
would
poop
rather
knife.
shit in her hand. I don't have to see her pooping in the hand.
I think that would be more
I don't have to touch her
reasonable.
hand. She does wash it.
We make a poop glove.
A poop glove. That's the hand that touches that. Just so you know.
Well, that's why you wash your hand.
That's why you wash it. That's why you wash your penis. You got to wash it off.
But I heard Natalie's a lefty when she's in her poop hand.
Oh, she's a catching lefty,
Yeah, she
but
catches
a jerking right.
Well, because sometimes she has to do both at the same time.
Oh, God.
God.
Your lives are wonderful.
Are you trying to say you don't catch it every time?
Every time. You'll do it every time.
I gotta get a soundbite on here that's just like, yo, you shit in your hand, bro?
You shit in your hand, bro. You just like push it. You shit in your hand, bro.
You shit in your hand,
See if
bro?
you can cut it and be like,
I totally can.
oh my God. What do I do? You want me to just keep talking?
Yeah, go again.
You want? All right, I'll do one more, and then maybe we can.
I got
explain
something.
all the
I got
games.
something after you. I
Okay,
do have something. So
Okay.
yeah, I got something.
I have a game called Aqua :
There's man bringing it back. We're
Yeah.
James in
Is that like
effect.
an enema?
Yo, you shit in your hand, bro?
in your hand, bro. Aqua : biodiversity in the ocean.
Oh my God.
Yo, you shit in the ocean, bro?
In the ocean? Yeah, they do. That's a big fish toilet.
Fish just shit in the
They're
ocean.
just
That's all
sitting
they
there all the
do.
time.
That's
Just
all
fish
they
shit
do.
you're swimming around in.
There's some biodiversity in your colon.
There is. You shit in your colon, bro?
Oh man.
Off the rails. The game called Aqua.
Aqua colon.
Now, Aqua : if you go on to Board Game Geek and you type in Aqua, don't click on the first one. Click on the colon one. You have to click on Aqua :
I'm picturing it's one word.
yeah, Aqua : Aqua :
Oh, that sounds like a medical procedure.
Yeah, I got.
Did
my
you get the Aqua
Yeah, I got the Aqua : I got my colon aqua'd right out. Yeah. I went to the
Like a
Aqua :
colon cleanse.
I went to the
Flush
doctor.
it out.
Yeah, they told me I got Aqua : I take a pill every day, but it should be fine.
I was talking to the doctor and I was like, are you trying to say you just let the doo-doo fall into
I like sweating
You don't catch it every
time.
Makes no
I mean, you
sense.
just let it fall in the toilet.
And he was like, yo, you shit in your hand, bro. And I was like, with tissues.
Tissues are not strong.
God.
It's not protecting
Like, what does he
anything.
do with it? It just falls in his hand. Then he.
I know.
That's what.
Is he gripping it?
Like, he's like,
or is it like a ramp
I
that he
need
just
more
lets roll in?
information.
Like, is he like happy with himself? Where he's like, oh, got it. I got this one.
Let me ask him this that I can't ask him. But you're the guy, Jeff.
Okay, hey.
when it's crowning,
Yeah.
do you grab it and help it and pull it
Oh my
out?
God.
I mean, if
Or are
it-
you just like
If
underneath
it needs a little assistance, maybe a little wiggle, but I think I can wait. I wait it out.
Mostly you just wait it out?
Wait it out.
And then are you like a ramp that it rolls off?
No, I catch it
You
completely.
catch it.
Just because you have to complete the catch. It's like baseball.
And then you put it
You
in the
have to complete the
shower.
process.
So yeah,
Or
the
like
process
football.
has to be
You have to-
completed.
It's like football. You got to complete the process of the catch.
Yeah.
I make sure I'm in bounds and I put it down.
Then you put it in the shower and then you stomp it down
You
the
put it out
drain.
there. You cut it up. I keep it in my hand. I cut it up. And then I place it
And
into
then
the
you
toilet. With
you
the
got to put
tissue.
on the booty, and then you.
Yeah, with my tissue, and then I wash my hands.
What happens if you have the runs?
Oh, that's why I wash your hands, bro.
God, what the hell?
Oh, that's disgusting.
I feel like that's all. People are gonna walk up to that guy on the street and just talk
Yo,
about
you
that.
should.
Yeah. You shit in your hand, bro? Hey, that's the guy who shits in his hand. I've seen him. He's the shit catcher. I've seen that guy.
You don't catch it every time.
You don't catch every time.
How do y'all take a shit?
Does he not know?
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I don't know.
What else you got?
Aqua colon.
Aqua Cola. Oh, yeah, it started.
Aqua colon. That's how I started with the colon. That's where it starts. I gotta take my sweatshirt off.
No. Oh, how do y'all take a shit?
All right. So this
Aqua
game's
Cola.
called Aqua. Okay, it's not Aqua Colon anymore. We're just gonna go with Aqua.
You have to, or else we'll
But
just
if
keep
you
going.
search it, you need to search biodiversity in the ocean as well. Okay, the first game Aqua, I
writes
did it like
itself.
15 times when I looked it up on Board Game Geek. I just typed in Aqua and then I clicked on the first one, and it's not that.
That sucks.
Aqua biodiversity
Has
in the
more
ocean.
words.
Okay, it's from the op. Okay, it is a tile placement game where players are building and expanding coral formations.
Nice.
Okay,
Okay.
Not about poop. Okay.
It's not about your colon.
Not about his colon.
It's not that biodiversity.
Not that kind of biodiversity. Okay.
It's not gut biomes.
Yeah.
Right.
So Aqua is essentially like this hex tile placement game. You've played games like this before. Start with hexes and you build kind of out your own tableau. But it has this beautiful coral and, fish and whatever the fuck's in the ocean.
I know.
Shit. And each round starts with people drafting a coral tile, okay, a hex coral tile, and adding it to your formation. Like a lot of games.
For sure.
These tiles are made up of 3 segments. Each of them could be one of 6 possible colors. When you place it into your coral reformation thing and you create a hex of 3 matching colors, you put one of the small animal tiles on that thing. Like you're stacking it up. Similar to like Acropolis, if you remember playing Acropolis or if you've ever played Acropolis. You're building
Haven't played it, but I remember it.
Yeah, so you're building like hexes underneath of coral.
I haven't.
And then on top go the fish.
Dave bought it at Gen Con.
Yeah, I think Joe's got it.
Joe bought it at Gen Con.
Dave might have bought it too. Who knows?
Dave bought it, maybe.
Everybody bought it.
We all bought it.
Yeah, I think Natalie, you bought it. Too.
You had it. It was your favorite. It was your most anticipated game.
Yes, that and
Urban Legends.
Yes. So on the table you have coral tiles. And then on top of the coral tiles, you have small ants. Remember when you were like, let's shorten the episode?
Yo, you shit in your hand, bro?
Here comes another 3.5-hour episode.
Talking about poop a lot again.
When you said Aqua colon, I was like, it's on you, man. That was the
6
funniest
minutes
shit.
on me.
You picked this game.
That was so funny. And then you followed it up with biodiversity. Keep going.
I don't know what I'm
We can do
doing
it.
anymore.
We can get through it.
On the table are corals. Okay? And then on the corals are small animal hex tiles. Okay? And then if you create a chain of small animal hex tiles, you get to put a large animal on top of it.
Stop it.
You have layers of tiles.
Shut up.
Okay? You're stacking tiles on top of tiles.
I'm having so much fun.
Let's just appreciate how much fun we're having.
Okay.
Okay. Did you get that from the yelling?
Yeah,
Once
for
all the
sure.
coral tiles are gone, you total up your points.
Coral tiles, hex.
Coral tiles are hexes. The small animal tiles go on the coral tiles
Right
because
on
you
them.
made patterns.
Yep.
And then when you make a pattern of small animal tiles, you can add a big animal tile on
big
it.
thing
you have
after the small animal
you're
tiles.
creating biodiversity in that little coral area. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once all corals have been drafted, you get points for the animal tiles. You get adjacent points for like larger reef areas. You get unique scoring for every single type of small animal. There's like 17 different tiles or something like that score all these different tiles differently. I keep saying different. Most points wins. Yippity-doo. Played this a couple times. Played it by myself because I'm a loser.
You are
With my by
with
myself.
by myself. I like that you're playing games by yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
Fuck
doing.
other people.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have to start. The art in this game is like beautiful. It, like,
the cover of the
pops-
game looks amazing.
Yeah, the game just sort of like pops off the tables. The tiles are thick. They're
Really?
satisfying.
2 Cs?
2 Cs. They're like good, chunky ass tiles. Okay? Ass tiles.
Chunky
Okay.
ass.
The game just looks really cool on the table. I was like, I can't wait to take a picture of this because it looks cool. Okay. The drafting and tile placement is really simple, straightforward. There's nothing there. The variety and score tiles is where it sort of adds some variety and puzzle and challenging.
And score?
The scoring tiles. What'd I say?
No, I'm just kidding.
You did. What did you think you said?
What'd I say?
He was like the.
Is that me? Am I singing?
No.
Was I singing?
The variety of scoring tiles. Didn't I say that?
I think
Did I
so.
say something weird?
No, you were like, the variety of scoring tiles provides variety. And I was like, and scoring?
Oh, and scoring, yes. Why didn't you just say that the first time? You pressured you. Just say it.
I kind of
I'll let
forgot
them
what
riff
you
for a little
said.
bit.
Yeah.
But then you repeated it. I was like, okay, that
Okay,
did make
that's what he
sense.
said. That's what he said.
Variety and scoring tiles and the variety of scoring and the tiles and the variety of it, okay?
This is the
It's
best.
a puzzle. It's nice. It's challenging sometimes, okay?
Game is going to sell. from this
Sometimes.
segment.
Yeah, I think that we're going to be... It's the last game I get from the op. So what I liked is you had to sort of think maybe you had a plan. Like you can't know what tiles are coming up next, but there is some sort of planning of like, all right, I'm going to set this up for when I see a tile that has blue and pink, I'm going to be able to put it here. I can have 2 of those tiles. Then I get the 2 fish tiles. I add them to the board. So the whole placing it is super simple. Anybody could really do all of that stuff. You could play it with kids. I would say Cameron and Lexi could easily be just fine at this game.
Sure.
Even with just like base level scoring. But you can add in some other tiles that sort of make it a little more difficult, that sort of ramp it up a little bit. It is fast. Again, looks great on the table. One of my favorite parts is just overlapping tiles. I don't know why that's fun.
That's cool.
But stacking tiles.
That is cool.
When we talk about like
Number
things we
9.
like about games, you feel cool stacking things on top of each other.
fun.
Right?
It's a fun, and it's inherently a fun exercise.
It's just a fun, and we always talk about things that are just sort of like fun. When you rolling dice is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Crossing off boxes
That's
is
true.
fun.
Flicking stuff down
Flicking
other stuff is fun.
Fun. So that was like, it was cool. You wanted to be like, oh, I'm going to make a hex of these animal tiles.
Yeah.
I get to stack it up. And I do think there's deeper games in this genre, like a Calico or Cascadia. All this is laughing.
Ryan looks like he has like an
I know, he's
allergic
gonna, like- he's
reaction.
gonna, like-
I have.
His eyes are
Can you
all
tell my
red
eyes?
and
They're all
teary.
fucking puffed up. I don't know what happened. I must have shit in my hand, bro.
Yeah, you got shit in your hand, bro.
Then touched your
got
I
eye.
pink
can
eye.
almost not see.
You got pink eye.
I might have to go take an allergy pill in a second.
Are you really
What are you
allergic?
allergic to?
I think I
gonna
might.
say,
I
you
might
look
have.
allergic.
I might have.
I thought it was from the
I might have
laughing.
touched Hobbs and then touched my eyeballs. I don't know. We'll just keep going.
You're just
Move on.
like
Just keep
sitting
going.
there
I'll
like
just-
I am. I'm like struggling to see, but it's really.
Well, I have 2 more sentences, then we can pause.
We'll see if we can make it through.
We'll see if we can make
get
it.
through this.
Yep, we'll see if we can make it. While there are deeper games in the genre, okay? Games like Calico, Cascadia, Acropolis.
Oh,
Those are all games where you place tiles and you get points for where you place them, okay?
Yep.
Calico's a challenging one. Cascadia's a little less challenging in terms of that. Or in terms
Calico
of
is so hard.
But they're all
Yeah.
games that you place like that, and I think those are the deeper games a little bit, not by much. But with all these like tiles, I think you can add in with Aqua and switch out. You get a lot more flexibility, and it could stay interesting for a lot more plays. It might not be as deep as you might want it, but the interestingness, that's a word, and the puzzle changes every game, and that's cool. So it's a game that it's still set up on my game table downstairs because I played it a couple times. I'm like, if I have 10 minutes, I can probably get half a game done before
Yeah.
Devin comes downstairs and we watch the rehearsal.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good. It was better than my expectations of it. It'll probably hang around in the collection. I could probably get even like Jack maybe in the next year or two to just, we can just make things.
do
right?
you
It's
have
another
room in the collection at this point? What's your collection like right now?
I'm getting rid of some.
You gotta be
I've been pretty
close.
good about shipping some game. Well, I got rid of about 20 at
Nerdfest?
at Nerdfest because of the mystery
box.
box.
The mystery
So I got
boxes.
rid of a bunch.
So so those weren't just
have-
you didn't just get rid of games that you didn't want from reviews. You got rid of games in your collection.
Yeah, I got rid of like there was each box had like a top 100 game in it. Like
Yeah.
there was like Tricarion was one of them.
right.
And I liked that game, but I was like, I just haven't played it in a year and a half.
let's
So
give it to somebody.
I've been starting to move games more.
Yep.
Or just like bringing them over to Bill's house and leaving them there.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I
ones
got
you know he likes.
I got the new Kali Mala, and I just like brought the old one over his house, and I was like, "Here's this one," and I just like get rid of them.
yeah, he doesn't give a shit about.
But yeah, so
how old it is.
Yeah, could this? I don't know. Could it go away in a year? I have no idea. But I'll keep it around, and especially if it plays with 3 or 4 people in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's an easy game to keep. I think in the collection versus something heavier like Tricarion, where I have to have a specific night and a specific person playing
Yep.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
I
definitely
know-
easier when you have games that you can bring out with anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So that was Aqua. Not gonna say the rest of it. Can look it up.
It's safe at this point. It's
Yeah.
Aquacolon for sure.
Aqua.
I have a question.
Biodiversity in the ocean.
Because you keep saying Acropolis, and I have this one game in my head, but you said I never played it.
I don't know if you've played it or not. I have never played it.
What is the game that we played at Ben and M's, and we were stacking stuff, and then every time I went to do something, Ben was kind of like, "Ugh."
Oh God,
ooh.
no. You're thinking of
What is that game?
that was a polyomino game that came out in like 2001.
Whoa.
What is it?
I
over
can't
there
remember what
Does
it's
it start
called.
with an A?
I don't know. Maybe it's not Acropolis. Acropolis is new in the last few years.
I want to know what the name
Acropolis was like 2-3 years ago.
is. I know. I believe you.
Yeah. It's
I just
very
keep
recent.
thinking it's that game, and that game must have a similar name.
It must. I don't remember what it was called. It's not Acropolis.
Okay, moving on.
A prom. A prom. That's short for I
Trust
promise.
me.
You want to go take an allergy pill?
I think I'm okay. I think I'm starting to
Can you
get
go
better.
wash your
down?
face?
Does it look
wash
bad?
your eyes
It's
out?
not good.
It's not good.
I think I'm all right for now. I can
what do you
breathe,
got?
so that's all that
You got
matters.
stuff?
I just wanted to quickly say that I have. So I just recently played Grit again with Jeremy.
Oh, cool.
And I'm working on a supplement for Grit called The Other Side, where you play as the monsters, terrorizing villagers, raising structures, looting, kidnapping, and causing all sorts of monstrous mayhem. Then eventually heroic adventurers will be sent in to stop you. You will get killed by them. After you're all dead, you'll spend any and all experience you received during the session to increase your abilities and stuff. Then go back in and do more terrorizing until the heroes come and likely kill you again. Then you get stronger and stronger until eventually you can maybe eke out a victory against them. So it's kind of like a roguelite video game where you just play mission after mission not necessarily starting from zero, but you're starting from the beginning of a scenario and then eventually you get to the same point. And you'll be killing people, causing destruction, being a monster. And then getting defeated by the heroes, rinse and repeat until you eventually get strong enough to succeed. The cool thing is that every so often the GM will level you up, and then when that happens, you kind of evolve like a Pokemon into a different, stronger monster, keeping all the stuff you bought with your experience. And so I kind of have been working on that a lot lately, and I'm going to test that soon as a Grit supplement. We're going to do that next Thursday. I'm going to test that with Jeremy and Ben, and it's going to be hopefully really fun. And if it works, I'll probably do some tweaking to it, but if it works, I'm going to have Jeremy push it out, and then you can pick it up if you own Grit, and it can be a new way to experience that game. I'm also still working on Limitless, which is almost done, I think. I have some artwork that's been started. And
What's the next step? You put it out on that thing? What's that website?
Drive Through RPG.
Sure.
Yeah, so, I think I still want to play test it more. It's like, I was reading the rules the other day. I was like, this is solid. Like, not like it's good, but it's like, I was like, the rules are solid,
Right.
Yeah.
And
like
so
it
I'm
doesn't
like,
need work. And
I'm like, I don't feel like I need to work on the presentation and everything of the rule. I think the rules are pretty good. I just need to play test it more to make sure that everything that I have, designed so far is solid. Mm-hmm. So I'm still looking for people to play. So if anybody is interested in spending an hour to an hour and a half playing a game of Limitless, I would really love to do that with you.
reach out to Ryan.
Yeah, it's extremely light. It's loose. Basically, you just do whatever the fuck your brain can think up and have a good time doing it. I'm also designing a game. I don't know if I've talked about it on the show before. Jeff, remind me if you've heard me talk about this before. It's another game I'm designing called The Clan. And I'm not sure if I've really said, I don't know if I've said anything. Maybe I haven't. I kind of think maybe now that I haven't that I'm talking about it. It's set in an alternate universe, pre-modern Japan. I love that kind of theme.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love the show Shogun that came out. Oh, it's so freaking cool.
Stuff,
yeah, any kind of like samurai. I mean, the board game I was designing was a samurai, and so I really enjoy that kind of theme. So I'm designing an RPG, and it's very far along in terms of writing. I'm ready to test it. And that one's a little more robust than Limitless, where Limitless is super light and it's just whatever your brain can think up, you do. And there's no items, there's no monsters, you just make everything up. This is more like a
structured.
Yeah, a lot more structured and robust kind of rule set where you actually have items and things, and you're leveling and you're getting stronger, and there's a lot of different classes and stuff. And it seems I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I have the Limitless that I'm working on, the Clan, and then the supplement for Grit. That's basically what I've been doing with my gaming time lately is RPG stuff, and it's been really. I've been in this. I don't know if you ever have this where like. The actual design process for me is really fun. I was watching a video, and I came up with the idea for this Grit supplement where you play as the monsters. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds really cool. How could I make that into Grit? Well, by taking Grit's existing rule set and turning it on its head, where you're not building a player character as a lineage hero, you're the monsters. Mm-hmm. So you're going to take the monster abilities and play with the universal aspect values. And then the heroes are going to be these strong, badass adventurer motherfuckers who are going to come in and they're going to kill you. Mm-hmm. You're as the monster and you're going to lose. The hero is going to win. And so I'm like, how could that be fun? And that is like the most fun process for me. Same with Limitless. It was like, how can I make a game where you can do whatever the fuck your brain can think up? And then the part that's not as fun for me is going through testing and revisions and making it like sound and tight.
Sure.
That's not as
Tweaking.
fun. Yeah, it's really fun for me to do the creative stuff, which is probably what everybody says. But I found that with the Clan, Limitless, and this grit supplement, the other side, I have been like all in at that front stage. And I think I'm pretty good on all three of these. I think they're all ready to be tested and then, hopefully released into the public. I really want Limitless to come out this year.
Yeah.
Like that's my goal.
Sweet.
I really want it to. So I got to get to working on that. So again, if you want to
Make it
test
happen.
Limitless, if you want to test my new game, The Clan, and if you want to play through a game of The Other Side, Grit Supplement, get at me and we will make it happen. So
Do it.
that's all I got, Jeff. Keep going.
All right, I got this is going to be called the quick game segment.
The QGS.
Yep. I'm going to run through some quick games. First, I'm going to tell you about two games that I played recently that I'm not going to review right now. I think we might have talked about Heat on an episode.
Yes.
But I did get to play Heat for the first time, but I'll come back and talk about that
You
another
hadn't
time.
played Heat before?
No, it was the first time I
The
played it was
racing one?
a couple weeks ago.
No
the racing
shit.
one.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Everybody played
episodes
it a bunch, and then I just missed every one of those games, and then nobody played it for a little bit, and then Joe got it, so we played it.
Okay.
So I'll just mention it later.
Okay, I'm like,
Yeah.
quick. Do you like it? Don't you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. I think it's good. I like the management of like the heat resource kind of
Very
thing.
cool.
I don't love like these type of racing games, but I recognize that that's probably the best.
I don't
or
love these
one
type
the
of racing
best
games
ones.
either. For some reason, I fucking love that
Yeah.
game.
I mean, I think it's one of the best.
Yeah.
I got my Kickstarter of this game called Stupor Mundi.
Oh, yeah, that looks cool.
It looks awesome. I'm currently almost done with a game on BGA that we've been playing for like a week and a half. But I'm like loving it on Board Game Arena, so I'm really excited to get it to the table. I'm not going to review it until I get it on the table,
Yeah.
but it's like it would be a game that I feel like if me and you played it 7 years ago, Ryan, we would be like, this game's so
This is, like,
fucking
all
great.
we
It
wanna
just
do.
It feels like that old school like Euro combo, a
Yeah.
little bit slow moving at the beginning, and you sort of
Yeah.
kind of get it. I know it is
looks cool.
It's I don't know if it's second edition or what they're calling it, but they re-released it and whatever, and it's like beautiful. It's made the same company made Carnegie, the Quinn games, and the production's through the roof. It's
that's
awesome.
cool.
But anyway, let's do some quick games. The first one called Pina Coladice.
If you like pina
Okay.
coladas.
First of all, wonderful name. I think it's a great name. It's
Pina
a mouthful and
coladas.
it's weird,
Yeah.
but gross. It just is like it's cute, it's creative. Okay,
I'm not sure if I love it or if I hate it. It's one of the two.
I know, but at least it's
Has it
something.
grown on you?
Yeah, at least it's
Right.
something.
Yeah.
It makes you sing, so.
Yeah, this and the art is cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of unique. So this is a very Yahtzee like game. You set out a 4x4 grid of coasters. Okay, because it's like drinks.
Yep.
Everyone has
okay.
everyone's
Coladas.
player markers are cute little drinks. Whether you have like a Mai Tai glass or whatever, you have these like it's yeah. You should look at the cover. It's just cool. Like it's set up in a very unique way for a game that's Yahtzee. Okay,
Yeah.
So in Yahtzee fashion, you roll 5 dice, and you're essentially trying to match your dice to the requirements on the coasters. So you want 3 threes. Okay, I get to roll again. I get to roll again. Right? You get 3 rolls, just like
Yeah.
Yahtzee. And if you happen to match one of the coasters, you put your little drink token on it, and you get points. And then you play until all the drink tokens are gone, or you play until someone gets 4 in a row, whether it's diagonal or
Diagonally.
upsies, downsies. And if you get 4 in a row, you automatically win. So there's a little bit of pressure luck, not only trying to fill out the board to get the most points for putting your drinks out, but you kind of want to be the first one to get 4 in a row. And it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's one of the games we could have played before the show. I brought over like 3 games and I was like, we have 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Let's
pick one, pick one.
So we
Yeah.
played 2. We ended up playing 2.
Yep.
But this one is an easy, like, let's add it to the cart. It's a yellow game, the IELLO.
Yep.
And it's an easy game. Anybody can play this game. Kids can play this game. It's nothing that you're going to play and be like, this is my favorite game of the year.
Right.
But it could be one of those games that hits the table
5,
30
6
times in a
right.
year, and
Wow.
then it could fizzle. You know what I'm
like
saying?
5 times. You're like 30 times. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's one of those ones you would play it like
plays
you could
a lot
play
more.
it 3
Yeah,
like
times
over
in a
and over and
row,
over
right?
again.
Yeah. So it takes 10
Yeah,
minutes.
like the gang, right? I don't
Right.
see like the gang is probably gonna hang around longer because we were poker fans.
Or like, what about sausage sizzle?
like a sausage sizzle, right? Where you like, we have 10 minutes, let's roll some dice, giggle, and there's nothing to the game. You barely have to teach it.
Yeah.
You could honestly just take the first turn and be like, if you play Yahtzee, start rolling. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well now you rolled 2, 3, 4, 5. You could put your thing here if you want to, or you could try again. And you just like,
All right, this isn't going away.
so you could, all right, Ryan's gonna go change.
Sorry.
So it's an easy like add it to the cart, probably $15 game.
Yeah.
And so I would check it out. Pina Coladice. And I think it's just cute that there's like the tiles are literally coasters. They feel like
Oh,
coasters.
that's cool.
So I think they just kind of leaned into the production
thematic, yeah.
because it could be nothing. Like they could have made
Yeah.
it a blank game, but
Right.
they threw some cool artwork in it that I kind of liked. Okay, next one is I played another one of those Guilty Monaco. So it's called Guilty. The whole series is called Guilty.
Okay.
I played the one, it was called like Houston and like a year, 1997 or something. Whatever it was, 2005. I don't know, making shit up now. But it's called like Guilty Houston, and the series is Guilty. It's one of the murder mystery
Okay.
games.
I thought, yeah.
It was very like Orange is the New Black. It was like in a women's
Oh,
prison,
really?
someone died. And this one, I got another one called Guilty Monaco set in the 50s, so like 1950.
So is it like something you only play once because you like
You
solve
play it once. Yeah. So it's like an exit or unlock, except it's like, it's deeper. Like it feels like you need to play it for 3 hours.
Oh,
like it is
wow.
not, you get the box and it's in a box like an exit game. So it's smaller and you think like in your head, all right, it's going to take an hour.
Yeah.
There is depth to this game that is just, you need to like sit and look at pictures of things and like, oh, something's in the background.
Yeah.
And I can take this and I can connect it here. And what happened with that card over there? And you're sort of going back through, unlike the unlocks or the exits where it's like linear and you're just like, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah.
boom. I'm done in an hour, move on. This feels very much like a chapter of a detective. Like when we
Yeah.
played detective and we
Yeah,
sat
yeah.
down for 3 hours and wrote on the board, this is what this feels like, but you only get one of them, right? There's like
Yeah.
one instead of the detective where you got 6 chapters or 6
Did
different
you
stories.
play with Devin?
Yes. So we like, this is one we set up, we play for an hour. The next night we play for another
Yeah.
hour and a half, right? We
Work
just
on
kind
it
of,
more
yeah, you
until
work
you're-
on it more. We keep our little notes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one that if you go in and try to get, make sure you understand that it's a longer
Yeah.
experience. It does say like right in the first page of the rule book, like set aside some time, like actually put effort into this because it will almost, you want to just be like, oh, it's over in an hour because it's a small box. You paid $15 for
Right.
it,
It's
but
deceiving.
put some time into it because it's worth the payoff. The story's good. Anyway, so that was that one. What's our next one? Let's talk about, Natalie, we can do this one. Let's do 3 chapters and then we'll make Ryan describe slide. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay, so right before the show, we played a game called 3 Chapters from Amigo. Amigo makes the Bonanza. That's maybe that's their big money maker.
I just noticed the box looks like a book.
Yeah, it's cute. Well, that's all like fairy tales, right? So
Yeah.
the theme of it is like fairy tales. All the cards are fairy tales. This is a trick taking game, so it's called again 3 Chapters. And the reason it's called 3 Chapters is there's sort of 3 rounds. Would you call them rounds? I guess they're just calling chapters, but
Like 3 like
phases, maybe?
Phases,
Yeah, so
yeah.
there's 3 phases in this game called 3. We're talking about 3 chapters.
Oh,
Ryan.
yeah.
Welcome back. So
welcome back.
in the first, welcome back. So in the first chapter or the first phase of this game, you are drafting cards. So you end up with 7 or 8 cards in your hand after the draft, depending on the player count. That's chapter 1. Boom, done. You have your hand of fairy tale cards.
Right in your
You
hand.
could have they could come all over your hand. Okay.
Like Goldilocks
You
or
could-
Hansel
yeah.
and Gretel.
Right. So
them in
you
your
have all
hand, bro.
those little those people. They have a number on them, which is just their value. And then chapter 2 or phase 2 is playing the tricks. So someone leads. Whoever has the highest number will win the trick and get this little star token, which is worth points.
Yep.
But everybody's card also says something on it that might get you points during that trick. So mine might say, if somebody played a card with a wand on it, I get a gem. So I then take a gem and add it, and then I put it back. And then we all take our cards back.
Right. So even if you win the trick, everyone just takes their own cards
Yeah,
back.
you
In
don't
that way, it
collect
doesn't
it.
feel like a typical trick taking game because
Right.
you know
Yeah.
usually when you think you're winning a trick,
You
you're
take it.
Get
Right.
it, like give it to me.
But really,
Yeah.
if you win the trick, you just get the token that gives you the most points.
Yeah, you get the 2 points for the star token, where the other ones might be worth 1 or even a half.
Yeah. Bless
So then you take your card back, and you do that through all your cards. So phase 2 is essentially playing 7 or 8 tricks, winning the things, activating your cards. And then chapter 3 is basically reactivating the cards that were in your hand, all the cards that you played, and they could be dependent upon each other, or they could be dependent on symbols that you have, or they might only work in chapter 3 or only work in chapter 2. And then it's like most points wins.
Right. Yeah.
So kind of trick taking, kind of, I
Right,
Set
it's like-
collecting would be a stretch to call it that, but
It's like it technically is trick taking,
yeah.
but winning a trick literally just gives you points in the same way that you get points for other cards if you lose a
You
trick.
okay?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Something's wrong with me. Like I have to get up again and go blow my nose and stuff. I don't know what the hell's
want me to
happening.
get you
Caught
some
your
tissue?
poop, bro. Natalie, do you want to tell us what you think about 3 chapters? Well, Ryan does something.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very quick game, but I liked that. It was like just another play on trick taking games, but also different. It's like how many times can you do a
know.
trick taking game different? But all these games seem to figure it
Yeah.
out. I really liked that. I really liked how quick it was. Like I feel like this is a game that we would just like play probably several times in a row.
Yeah.
It's so quick.
Yeah, and it doesn't say, I kind of thought the end, when I was reading the rules, I thought the end would be like, and play 3 rounds and see how many points you have total. But it literally is
asked
just
you,
like add up your points.
Like, did we cut it short? Or like, were we supposed
Nope.
to play 2 more? Or like, that was it?
That's it. I mean, I'm sure you can, and if you wanted to be like, we're going to play the first one to 50, I'm sure you could do that.
Yeah.
But I think the game does probably shine when you play it 3 or 4 times in a row, which would,
Right.
again, take
Yeah.
20 minutes to play it 3 times probably, especially once you know. And I think at the beginning, we didn't know the cards really. So we were
Right.
just kind of grabbing.
Yeah.
But I could see how you could sit there and go, Ryan took the strategy of taking a lot of high cards.
Right. So he
Which-
got a lot of stars, which gave
Yeah.
you 2 points.
Right. He
each.
won most of the tricks, at least at the beginning. He won a lot of the tricks at the beginning. We got him 2 points. Natalie and I got cards that got points at the end.
Yeah.
And we were all within 2 points.
I think we got 18, 19, 20.
Yeah. So at first I was like, man, if Ryan just wins with all the big cards, and yes, he won, but he won by a fraction of a point.
Right.
So it wasn't some blowout where he had that,
Right.
because his big cards then didn't score him
Yeah.
points later.
Yeah.
But he got the 2 right
Well,
away.
then when you're like drafting, you're trying to get cards that like work kind of together, because in the third phase, you know, you're getting the stuff based on the cards that you took, but also in the second phase, which is like the trick taking phase, you're getting the same rewards if they apply during the trick too.
Yeah.
And so like that's kind of more random because you don't know what other people are going to play in the trick.
Yeah, and I thought that was cool because
That is cool.
even though Ryan won the first couple tricks, which means he was leading.
But he had those high cards, which didn't give him any other benefits.
Yeah.
So he literally just got the one thing.
And I was it was okay for you to go last. Sometimes you want to go last because then you
Yeah.
could play a card that might have the symbols, might give you points for the symbols. So you might actually be
Right.
getting more points for losing the trick because you have more
Yeah.
symbols on it.
I had one card that was like, if this is the last card played, you get this. If this is the lowest card played, you get this. And I was last and
You got
lowest.
both.
And I
Yeah.
got both.
You're
I was
like, oh, cool,
that's
Jeff's
cool.
leading, so I'll play this one no
Yeah.
matter what. And I think even with 6 players, you get, obviously, you could have 5 cards out there, and then you could be getting, I don't know if we necessarily got more points than the 2, but you could definitely be getting more points than the person
Yeah.
that wins the tricks if you play the right card, or you see like, oh, there's 4 pickaxes out there. I get a heart for each pickaxe. That's essentially 4 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, it exceeded my expectations based on the look of the
Yeah.
game, because it looks like a book, which is cool, but it doesn't
But it's
pop
kind of just
or say
plain,
like,
yeah.
it's not like the Lord of the Rings shiny ass box or anything
Right.
like that like
That is a cool
makes me
box.
jump. Or even the next game we talk about, Slide, is colorful. Pina Coladice has this like beautiful
Embossing
art
on
on
it,
it.
yeah.
But I played it and I was like, this is a lot kind of more fun than I thought it
Yeah,
was going to be.
I liked it too.
Sneezy, what do you got for us?
Are we
We're
talking
still
about 3
talking about
chapters?
3 chapters if you got anything on it.
I liked 3 chapters.
Yeah.
It was, when you said trick taking game, I had a preconceived notion,
Yeah.
and it did not, I don't want to say live up to, because it wasn't like I was like expecting something great and it didn't live up to that. It was just, it wasn't trick taking like I thought,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know? And I liked that. When you were explaining it, and I was like, oh, so winning the trick, you keep your own card still, and it doesn't, the only thing you do for winning the trick is you get a gem or a star.
Yeah.
It's almost
And
like
that
it
star-
goes against your instinct, because there was one time Jeff won a trick and he went to take them
Yeah,
all, and he's like, oh, wait, no.
never mind. You get to keep those.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Well, I liked it because it gave you some strategic choices, some strategic strategies.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I'm drafting, you might have already even talked about this, but I was like off, like
Gone.
dying.
Sneezing.
You might have talked about this already, but like you're drafting the cards, and I'm like, okay, I see the card number 50. I'm like, I should
Nice
just
card.
take that. That's an automatic 2 points.
Yeah.
Nothing can take 2 points away from me, because there's sometimes you can play cards and it's like, shit, this doesn't
It may or may not get you in.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm like, this 50 is automatic 2 points. And then the next came around and I was like, there's the 49.
I know you had like the
I had the
top 4
50,
highest
the
cards.
49, the 48, and the 46.
Oh my God.
And I drafted them because I'm like, that's likely just 8 points.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about how many points
Right,
you
you don't
need. So I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
But the good thing was you didn't blow us out.
No, it
'Cause
was.
Natalie and I got a
Was that
whole
the one
bunch
where we
of-
were all within one?
Yeah.
It was 18, 19, 20.
Because we all
Yeah.
got a bunch of points at the end in that third
Right.
phase, that
Right.
third chapter. We got more points from our cards.
Right, where
to
half
catch
your
us up
cards
at
gave you
least.
nothing else except
Those,
their being-
those 4 cards only gave me 8 points.
Yeah.
And then I was luckily able to get 12 points out of my last 4 cards.
Right. And I think I ended the trick taking round, the second chapter, with only 3 points. And I got
yeah, so you got a
16
fuck
or
ton at the
something
end.
from the
Yeah.
from my
Okay.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked that. I liked that it wasn't obvious what
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
So
well, I
a
have the
bunch of
50.
Of
I'm
course
going
I'll
to take
just
the 50.
Take every high number.
I was seriously like, should I? Is this dumb? Maybe I shouldn't do this. And then there was these cards. You probably talked about this too, but there was cards that like synergized off of other cards. If you have both these cards at the same time, you get points.
Big Bad Wolf and Goldilocks.
Yeah,
You get,
and I saw basically my other 4 cards were cards that fit together.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is kind of perfect. So I could potentially
Natalie's
score
laughing at
them.
you.
Why did you? Because you already
No,
did all
she's
this.
just laughing
I'm
at
laughing
your
at
eyes.
you because you were like, oh look, if someone has the big bad wolf, I have the big bad wolf, and then at the end
I'm
you're
the
like,
big
I
bad
knew I
wolf.
had
I
it.
was the big bad wolf the whole time.
I know,
You shit
I
in
was
your
like-
hand, bro.
None of us were like, what? We were just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Just a little game for me. It was just fun for me.
It's cute.
I liked it. I thought
Yeah.
3 chapters was good. I thought it was better than Good Night Great.
Yeah.
Me
I mean, it plays up to 6 too, which I was mentioning. Like, if you had the 50 in a 6-player game and you played the 50, you would win the trick. But with 5 other cards at the table,
Everyone's scoring points.
everybody might be scoring
'Cause let's say it
more
was
than
like
2
you get
points.
a
You know,
heart
so
per baby, and then there's 4 babies.
yeah,
I
like,
get more
you're
points than you.
You're getting 4 heart babies.
4 heart babies.
Baby hearts. Yeah. So it was.
There's more to it than it seems.
Yeah. So that's from Amigo, which we were as the Bonanza is that's their
Right.
their evergreen probably.
Sure.
But I'm excited if they kind of have these like little box collection games. Maybe I'll keep kind of running some Amigo games. But yeah, 3 chapters, newish. Check it out. I think
Yeah,
easy
it was good.
to grab. Do you want me to do
I
slide?
liked it. Yeah, do slide.
Okay, slide. Hey, another 4x4 grid.
I know you said that for Pina Coladice. I was like,
Yeah.
oh damn,
4x4
no
grid.
Jamesian effect
And
going on.
Earth is a 4x4 grid also
Right.
of cards. So this game is called Slide. It is dumb and random and really fun, I think.
Yeah.
It is also on BGA and is just...
Is it?
Yeah, it makes... I mean, it's so fast. I don't understand how people play things just... Like, I don't know, like, why are you playing that on BGA? I guess it's so easy.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
so
on
simple,
BGA
whatever.
for, like, 10
It's like the
minutes.
easiest thing. I think Ryan Harms and I played it in like 6 seconds. It's like I was like, let's start the game. I was like, oh, it's over. So everyone starts with a grid of 4x4 square cards, which are cool. Face down in front of you. You have no fucking clue. You don't get to look at them and then shuffle them up and put them down. You have
Right.
no idea what you're getting. The cards are numbered 1 through 10, and there's 10 copies of each. So you also don't have every card that's out there, so you have no idea. And then every round, you grab a card from your grid that's face down, you put it in the middle of the table, everyone at the same time flips it over. The first player then takes one of the cards and slides it into the grid to essentially fill in a spot.
Right, we're drafting now those cards.
Yeah, draft the cards that are there, slide it into your grid. That's the entire game. Once all of your cards have numbers, so once they're all face up because you've been grabbing and sliding and grabbing and sliding and grabbing and sliding, every number that is the same that's adjacent touching counts as 0 points. And every number that's by itself counts as the value of that card, and you want the least amount of points. You're golfing or you're playing whatever least number point thing
You're playing
is.
anti-horseshoe.
Anti-horseshoe, anti-everything. You're playing whatever the... so you want the least amount of points. And the way I have to enter it into the board game stats app is with negative.
Really?
So like you scored negative 9 or 12 or whatever.
Yeah, negative 12.
So you would have negative 12. I had negative 20 and whatever it was.
Yeah.
Just so then because if I put 9 in for you,
I'm going to have them, right.
You would
I
lose.
I would lose.
That's the smallest number is the lowest negative.
So the
Right.
smallest
Right.
number wins.
Yeah.
And again, this is so random and it plays in 10 minutes. You can teach it to your dog. Like there's like nothing. There's nothing to this game. But for some reason, I'm just having fun playing it.
I liked it too,
yeah,
man.
I did too.
I saw, I think okay, so our friend Bill has this geek list where every time he plays a new game, he reviews it. And he puts it on and he adds it to his geek list. He's got like 900 played games. He's
40
way up
pages
there. And I think I saw his review of it. And was it him? Did you play it with Bill?
Yeah, played it a couple times.
Yeah.
On Monday.
So I read it and I wasn't like, oh, he loves this. You can usually tell when he loves a game, and you can usually tell if he doesn't like a game, he'll put like one negative thing. Like, I don't know about this. And I remember reading it and I was like, okay, I don't think he loved it. I don't think he hated it necessarily, but he seems kind of like, about it. And then I think, what's it rated on? Board Game?
Super low.
Yeah, I saw
Like
that and I was kind of like, oh, maybe this sucks, you know? But I saw you post pictures of it. And I was like, it looks cool.
Bragging, but I love
I was like, it looks, I don't know what you did. It like looks 3D somehow. How did you do that?
So I put the cards on the table, and then I put a small box on the table, and then I put the slide box on top of it, and I just blurred the background.
Okay, it looked 3D.
It looked cool. Yeah, I know it looked cool. I was like, this is a cool picture.
I was
Go
like,
me.
I was looking at that. I was like, did he hire somebody to like do some post production work on this? Because that looks really cool. But so I was like, my expectations were tempered when I saw it. I was kind of like, okay, this is that game that it doesn't look like it was that great.
Right.
We played it and I was kind of like, I thought this was actually really fun.
Yeah,
I actually kind of really liked it.
It's getting crushed on Board Game Geek. It's like, I
What
think
did
it's
they
a
say?
low 6.
Maybe I'll look and see what they
People
say.
hate the randomness. They feel like they have no control over anything. Which
I mean,
there's a lot
kind
of random
understand,
games,
but
though.
it's 10. Like,
Right.
I think we were
It's so
done
quick.
in 10 minutes.
Whoa, 6.3.
Like, that's low.
Man.
I don't think it deserves.
Poor
I
Cloud
also
Clement.
I think people are playing on Board Game Arena and they don't get the fun of, again, taking the card and sliding it into place. You just click on where you want it and it does it. So again, that
can
takes a
make it less
little
fun.
of the tactile stuff away, the fun of flipping over the cards at the same time. And be like, oh, the 2, I needed a 2.
Well, it's
But
one
Ryan
of
gets
those
to pick
games
first.
or two where, like, at the beginning, you're just like, I don't know, I'll pick this one.
Yeah.
And then as you get more into it, you're like, I got to be more strategic because if I do this and then I move this, and it's going to mess up the zeroed out stuff. And so I got to,
I think there's a little bit like there's obviously luck, but there is like you try to mitigate the luck as much as possible, or you try to combine. Okay, I am picking first. If I take this one away, this card, if I can place this card in the middle, it could be one of these 3 numbers, and I would be okay. And that's the only like no, they might not flip over those numbers, but I at least planned for something.
right.
Yeah.
Not all the time. And yes, it might have flipped over the wrong things and like, wow, that messes up my whole board. But it's like,
Right.
God, it's over in 10 minutes.
To
Stop
me,
being
I was
a douche.
like, if it's like I have this group, like a group of 10s, right? And I don't want them to get away from each other because then they'll be worth 10 points each.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that sucks.
But then I'm like, if I pull this card out and I get a 10, I can move it so they're still together. But if I don't get a 10, then I can move it so this 10s stay.
Yeah, there's a little bit there.
2, and then I put it over here, So
I think you definitely, it's random of what numbers come up, and you can get like
course.
kind of fucked
But there
that way
is
where it's
some
like, oh
strategy
shit.
to it.
But yeah, I feel like there is definite strategy where you can, if you just pick the wrong card to reveal in your grid, such that when you're sliding other cards in, you can fuck yourself if you like don't think about it right.
Yes.
Because it's easy to think the card I'm taking out, that's going to be the slot I put another card in. And then, you know
Or
what I mean?
any of these adjacent cards
Or
is going to
around
slide
it.
into that
into
spot.
that spot. And it's like, oh no, you're not,
Yes.
that's not actually what's happening. And so that can fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's you being not
Right.
stupid, but that's like, it's like something you have to learn while you're playing.
Right.
It's not just like, oh, just press a button and let the game play
Yeah,
itself.
if you closed your eyes and just randomly picked, I would beat you.
So
like, it's
right,
not completely random.
No, it's not like strike.
Right. So yeah, because you could close your eyes
Well,
and strike.
you
and
can
probably
strike
win.
it, though.
But you got to strike.
if you don't strike it, I'll beat
Yeah.
you every time you don't
could
strike.
So I don't
it
know
with
what
your
are
eyes
you
closed.
looking it up on.
Yeah, honestly, the comments are not that bad. It's panned rating. I'm shocked that it's a 6.3. Most of the comments are just like, it's fine.
Right.
That's what most of the comments say. It's fine. Too luck dependent, I think. But nobody's like, fuck this game.
Yeah.
And
maybe it just has a whole bunch of 6s.
because I'm on page
Right.
2 or 3, and I'm not even into the bad reviews yet.
And maybe people are just giving it 5s, and they're like, it's fine.
Because they're like thinking it's in the middle.
I think people just don't like that. It's almost like it seems like, okay, there's like, you got to think about where you're going to put your card. You really got to think this out, and it's like a puzzle.
That's the good part about
But
it.
But what cheapens it for them is the cards you don't get to pick. It's random.
You're fucked. There's no
So even if you
draft.
plan
Like,
really
there's
well,
no,
if you
like-
get a shitty card,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
Yeah, there's no way to mitigate the last card randomness, which could push points around. So,
Yeah.
But to me, that didn't bother me.
There are
And
it
this
didn't
so
bother me
many
either.
games that are way more random than
Yeah,
this, that
agreed.
are better, higher
That's the
rated.
problem.
I don't know. I thought it was fun.
This will be an end of the night type of game, and a game that I think travels with me, just like
Yeah.
some of the other. I don't like it as much as Castle Combo or Nar.
That's
those
a
really
good
great
point,
games,
though,
but
Jeff.
again, this is
there is nothing at all sexy about this game.
No.
This is literally just numbers on cards.
Right. It's not like
There
Pina
don't even
Coladice
need
where it
to
has this
be-
cute little theme.
Right.
And,
There don't
yeah.
even need to be colors on them.
No.
It's just a great.
could just be
It's for the
I can
colorblind.
understand. I can understand if someone didn't like this because it's just like a spreadsheet that someone was like, "Here's a little math puzzle for you."
Spreadsheet you probably mess
Go
up
ahead.
at the end.
Yeah, that you
Yeah.
just fuck up on.
Yeah.
So I personally, I don't think this will stand the test of time because
Yeah.
of stuff like that going forward. Like it's already, people got the shit in their hand about the randomness of it, and it doesn't look great.
Yeah.
The box is cool looking, but the cards themselves are literally just a number.
just
They didn't even
numbers.
try to put a theme on it.
Yeah.
So it's not going to sell well, I think, for that reason, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought it was
But I
good.
do think, like, if you're
I liked
looking at
it.
Board Game Geek and you're like, I'm not going to buy a game 6-3, it's more entertaining than that, I think. It's probably not a better game than that, but it is more fun than a 6.3.
I agree.
I
If that
agree.
makes
I'm
any
shocked.
sense.
It's more of a 6.8.
Yeah, in terms of fun and just
6.9.
enjoyment of it. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I wouldn't go that far, but nice. No, I liked it. I thought it was a good game.
Yeah, me too.
I also liked Three Sisters or whatever the fuck we played.
Chapters.
That was also good.
Yeah, so that was the quick game. Slide, 3 chapters, Pina Coladice, and you also missed I played another Guilty, which is a murder mystery.
Ooh, cool.
But yeah, those were the quick game segments.
Very cool.
The Gamecasters have a sponsor. We have partnered up with Modern Meeple, company behind the famous Gamey Susan, which is a lazy Susan that holds extremely high-quality board game component trays. These trays are the picture of luxury. Made right here in the USA, they are made from a wood-based material that's dyed throughout with a number of different colors to choose from, and should you drop or ding them, they will still retain that color. These things are so great looking on the table, and displaying them on your game shelves will really elevate your status with your neighbor, which is good because he's been lording that damn elk head over the fireplace for the last 5 years and really needs to shut up. So head on over to modernmeeple.com to check out all the great products they have. And if you find something you like, enter discount code GAMECASTERS at checkout to receive free shipping. And a couple cool Gamecasters keychains as well. Once again, that's modernmeeple.com. If you're looking to get some great Gamecasters or Mad Board Gamer gear, head on over to the link tree in our Instagram profile or the Discord merch channel to see our store on bonfire.com. There you'll be able to find our standard logos as well as some show-specific designs like BDNBF or Numberblind. We'll add new designs as the show evolves and look forward to seeing all of you repping those poop knife shirts at the next Nerdfest. So once again, head on over to the link tree on the Gamecasters Instagram page or the merch channel in our Discord server to find the link to our Bonfire merch store. If you're looking to support the show, maybe consider flushing your money down the toilet by way of our Patreon page. There are 4 different tiers that you can use to hinder yourself if you're looking to unload some of that cold hard cash and help us keep the wheels of industry turning by supporting this podcast that you sometimes listen to. We have amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your support, guys. If you'd like to donate to help us pay for things like hosting fees, better equipment, blow-up dolls, poop knives, and the like, please head on over to patreon.com/the Gamecasters to help out. Possibly the best way to interact with all of us, though, is via our Discord server. If you go to the Gamecasters Instagram page, you can check out our link tree in our bio to get access to our server. It's a great way to engage with all 3 of us on a daily basis, as well as meet a bunch of like-minded, awesome people. So check out our Discord server.
Right, we're playing a game.
All right, games are cool.
Alright.
So I was in charge of the segment.
I like games.
Did you look? Did you see that? Did you see
No.
that?
I saw nothing. I
Okay,
saw
we're playing
words
a
on paper.
Yeah,
We're playing a game. Words on paper. That's the game. The game is called
game's
Words
called Words
on
on-
Paper.
Ah, damn it, look at me.
Ryan loves
no.
word games.
This is one of the games that I always make called the before and after game.
Ooh,
cool.
okay. Let's
So
do
you guys
this.
can work together.
Let's work together.
Want to work together? I
Yeah, I
have
do.
15 before and after.
Okay.
Okay.
The before and after is the theme is board game combined with a TV show.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Board game TV show.
TV show is first. Board game is always last.
Every time.
Every
Every
time.
time.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
TV show first.
And
Okay.
how this game is played is I'll read a clue, and the board game and the TV show will share a word. So the last word of the TV show, for the most part, will be the first name. What's the fucking word? Word. That's what. I'm
Yep,
looking
the
for.
word.
The first word of the board game.
Got
okay.
it.
So we're gonna start with this one. This Emmy-winning political thriller about a troubled CIA agent convinced a POW has been turned by Al Qaeda.
Ooh.
Collides with a word game with hexes that none of us really liked.
What's the name of the show?
Homeland? No, what's the game?
Yeah, probably home. Is it home? Oh,
Land.
the show is the game is that game we got at Gen Con that was not good. Landmarks.
Homeland.
Homeland
Marks.
Marks.
Homeland Marks.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Nice. I never saw Homeland. I heard it's
did.
awesome.
Yeah,
Oh man, it's so
it
good.
is good.
Is that guy? Does that
It has
guy?
the guy from Billions.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was
Claire-
also in Band of Brothers.
And
Yes.
Claire Danes.
And Claire
And
Danes.
Claire
Yeah,
Danes.
Claire Danes is the CIA agent, and the POW is the Billions guy.
That's
Yeah.
her so-called.
That's the first season. The second season does different stuff, but that's the first season,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
is,
Yeah.
man, so good. Okay.
That is
A group of kids in the 1980s uncover
it.
government secrets and interdimensional creatures.
Stranger Things and Rings.
Stranger Things and Rings.
Whoa.
Combined with a guessing game where people try to identify items placed in plastic loops.
Nice.
Stranger
Damn.
Things in
Nice.
Rings.
Boom. Well, I saw it on the sheet.
Yeah, so I saw all
We are
of some of my
cheating.
words on paper.
Yeah, I know all
Some
of
of my words.
Words on papers.
Some of my words on paper. Okay, here we go. I mean, they should kind of be.
This is fun. I like this.
I know, me too.
A
I like
West
this.
Philadelphia teenager gets in one little fight and ends up in a strategy micro game of tactical card combat across 3 theaters of war.
Yeah. Okay.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Land and Sea.
Yes.
Yeah, Natalie
Damn.
crushing
How do you
it.
know
Yeah.
Air, Land, and Sea?
It's just a game I've heard of. I don't know anything about it. I just know the name.
How have you heard of it? I just
heard of it. How do you know that game? I've heard of that. It's a game I've heard of.
No, I don't like that. Yes, you do.
I can't do it. You
I
can.
can't. Yes, you can.
You can
I
do
mean,
it.
if you just did.
I know.
Okay.
I've heard names. I just can't put the name to
Yeah,
the game.
you nailed it.
That's surprising because we don't have that. Neither of us have.
I don't know
owned
where
that.
I've
I
heard
know.
it, but I've heard it.
Yes. So that was Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Land and Sea.
Very good.
Okay.
Good job.
I don't know if I know you haven't played the game, but maybe you can figure it out.
I played the game.
I've never
Are you ready
played
to play
Air,
the
Land,
game?
The
and
next
Sea.
one. No, the next one. Here we go. All right. Life in a brutal 1800s Old West town full of corruption and crime. A very popular, I think it was an HBO show.
Yep,
One of their,
I got it.
staples, okay? Meets a Vladimir Suchi game where players carefully plan to make goods, manipulate tools,
it.
and become the most skilled artisan and carver in the forest.
Fuck, what's the game called? It's Deadwood is the show. Deadwood. What's the wood? It's Woodland. Woodcutter.
Ooh, you're getting closer.
Wood.
Warmer.
Wood. I can see the fucking box.
I don't know. I can't think of a game. that
Vladimir
starts with
Suki. Yeah, Jeff's got it. He loves it.
You do.
Wood.
Woodcut.
Ooh, warmer.
Wood cut.
Ooh, no. What? Warm. Still warm.
Wood.
Wood.
It definitely starts with
Yeah.
wood.
Is it the show is definitely Deadwood.
Cut is in it, right?
Did you watch Deadwood?
Oh yeah,
Okay, I thought
love
so.
the
All right,
fuck out
I thought
of
you
it.
did.
Deadwood
When I
is
was looking at him,
great.
I think I knows the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that show.
Yeah.
Deadwood Cutter.
Still warms. Flip flap.
It's
flap,
one
flap.
word.
I think it is one word.
Wood.
Wood splitter.
No, farther away.
Oh. Wood.
Colder.
Wood. Wood.
Wood.
Yeah, it's one word.
It is one word. Oh, I can see it. I can see it
the-
in my mind's
You have
eye.
the C right.
Okay, wood carver. Wood carve.
No, you're, warmer.
Wood carving. Wood.
I said the word carve, so that's why it's in your head.
You did? Oh,
It would be like
wood.
Is that like
What's
a
another
common
word
thing
for
you
it?
do with wood?
it would be like that would be your
God, I
thing.
wanted this
You do
Woodcraft.
this.
Woodcraft. Thank
Yeah.
you. God.
Dead
woodcraft.
Yes. All right, number 5. I have 15, I think.
Yikes.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, number 5. A gritty police procedural set in New York City, combined with this Reiner Knizia game about exploring unsettled archipelago that Natalie kicked our ass in without connecting villages.
NYPD Blue Moon. No, NYPD Blue
Lagoon.
Lagoon.
Yeah, NYPD Blue Lagoon. All right. Good one.
I was like, Brooklyn
Blue Moon is a game,
Nine-Nine.
but
Yeah.
I think it's actually, is that a Ryder Knizia game too? I think it might
Well,
be.
it might
but-
be. That's a card, yeah.
That's a card game. Could be both.
Okay, here we go. Number 6.
All right.
Do we have music playing in the background?
We will. Shit, I have it
Oh,
too. Fuck
you usually
me.
do it, yeah.
No, I never do it, but I always say I'm going to because I have it in here.
He'll put it in.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
We all touched shit before.
Is that what you were doing when you pretended to be?
Yeah, you're trying to be allergic. You're like, I want to try this
You
out.
gotta try this.
I have to go now.
Number 6.
Okay.
A 90s sitcom celebrating independent women in New York.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, do you know that one?
Yep.
Meets a minimalist, quick playing game that only uses one card.
One card. Is it Sex in the City?
Sex in the City is the show, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, it's not?
Oh,
You said sitcom.
living
Women.
single card game.
Yes,
Oh,
living single
living
card
single.
game. Nice.
That's
Living
right.
single card game. Sex and the City was more of a 2000s, I think,
Oh, okay.
show. Okay, number 7. Life inside a women's prison is combined with this Alexander Pfister game about trying to keep a Chinese city from descending into chaos.
Orange is the new Blackout Hong Kong.
Yeah. Blackout Hong Kong. Natalie nailed it.
I'm like, Orange is the new
Blackout Hong Kong.
You're behind me too. I'm like,
Yeah.
Orange is the new Blackout
Blackout
Hong Kong.
Natalie got that one. Yeah,
you
so
shit
that
me a
was
hand, bro.
Orange is the new Blackout Hong Kong. So
Kong.
Orange is the new Blackout Hong Kong.
That's a good one. I like that clue. I like all
Yeah.
these clues. These are good clues.
Number 8. This is a sketch comedy show featuring Keenan Wayans and Jim Carrey
Okay, got it.
Jim Carrey.
and others, and a lot of others actually. Combines with a clever set collection game about colorful chameleons.
Okay,
In Living Colorado.
God damn it, Natalie! I think you got it first. Yes.
You didn't know Jim Carrey was in Living Color?
I was too young to watch that.
Well, then why did you say it like? What?
I figured it out from the game part. I didn't
Yeah, but
know
you were
it
like
was a TV show.
Jim Carrey. You're like, I was too young.
Let's see, who cares?
But,
Yes,
I
that
never
is
would have known.
In Living Colorado.
Nice.
I didn't
Those
know
are
he was in.
combined. This one's the worst one of the bunch, but here it is. Okay, a foul-mouthed group of animated kids from Colorado. They find themselves hiking through natural areas, collecting memories and taking pictures.
South Parks.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to say.
South Parks. So the S is from Parks.
Yeah, the
and
S is
South-
from-
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
All right. Number 10, a funeral home's employee faces life, death, other personal drama in this HBO show before diving deep and developing sprawling metropolises beneath the ocean's
6
surface.
feet underwater city.
Boom.
Yes. 6 feet underwater cities. Okay. Number 11. We're just cruising through these.
These are great.
Yeah, I like it.
People in the car probably don't even have time to answer
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck you,
we're
people
better
in the
than
car.
that. Wow.
I'm just kidding.
We're
I like
better
you.
than
Natalie,
you.
see,
Yeah.
Natalie actually hates you. I think you're cool. Natalie's like, they all probably shit in their hand.
That's on me. Don't shit in your hand.
You never know how much shit is on people's skin.
They don't catch it every time.
Every time. Every time. You just let it fall into the water? What?
How many times
do y'all
has that
take a
guy got
shit?
pink eye?
God,
No, he washes his
seriously.
hands.
That's what soap and water's for.
He washes them. So I wash
Number
your hands.
11. Strangers pick to live in a house and see what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real.
Got it.
Combined with constructing awe-inspiring global landmarks in a game that Joe bought for Ryan at Gen Con a few years ago.
Real world wonders.
Wonders.
No, honey, you just say world ones, okay?
I know.
Oh, no.
The real world wonders.
Real world road rules challenge.
The challenge. Yes, that
I
was
watched all of that. I think I've watched every real world, every road rules, every real world road rules.
Yeah, all the way
challenge.
Am
through,
I
like,
crazy?
middle
Was
school, high
Theo
school.
Von?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's where he got his start.
Yeah, I don't know if he was a
He was a real.
Road
He was a
rulers.
road ruler.
Yeah.
he was a road
Okay.
ruler.
Yeah. Yeah, the real world lived in the house and screamed at each other. Road
Yeah.
rules,
Road
did those
rules did the challenge stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, number 12. A tense political drama set in the White House flies right into a peaceful game where bird enthusiasts attract feathered friends to their habitat.
The West,
West
Wingspan.
Wingspan.
Yes, the West Wingspan. I said it first.
We're on a team.
No, it doesn't
We're on a team.
matter.
We're on a team, but I said it first.
All right. A behind-the-scenes comedy on the set of The Girly Show meets a musical game where you're an up-and-coming musician set in the era of the Runaways.
30 Rock Hard
1976, 1979,
Nope.
1978,
Nope.
1977.
Yeah. Just give me the answer.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the
Tell me the
movie?
name of the movie you want to see. Yes. What is 30 Rock Hard 1977?
Oh, was I supposed to say what is?
No. What? I have them as if they
You
were
do?
because they're like
yeah.
Jeopardy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, which
True.
is kind of funny because we might have been talking about this.
Oh, maybe.
4 stylish women navigate love and friendship in New York while trying to run a profitable factory investing in stocks and delivering goods in the late 1800s in Chicago. Ryan might be the only one that's going to know the game.
Okay. Well, Sex in the
Sex
City.
and the say the game again.
Okay, that was me.
Sorry, Jeff.
They try
I'll
to
think about
run
it.
a profitable factory, invest in stocks, and deliver goods in Chicago in the late 1800s.
City.
You're
Shit.
definitely right about that. You're definitely right about the city part.
I'm struggling with this.
It's a very heavy pick up and deliver economic-y kind of game.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never played it, but I do know it's probably like a 4 something on
Really?
Board Game Geek.
Do you know if I've played it?
I know that you know it exists.
Yeah, for sure.
For some reason, I felt like you might have owned it for a second, but I don't
That's
know if you played
possible.
it.
I don't. I'm not. I'm blanking.
Okay, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. What is it?
It is, so the answer is
Sex in the
Sex in the
City.
City on the Big Shoulders.
Ah,
So
I
City on the
do.
Big
I
Shoulders.
have heard of that game.
Okay.
I did
I
not
haven't heard
own that.
one.
Okay. All right, last one. Number 15. High-powered advertisers in the 1960s of New York wrestle with creativity and personal demons and team up to solve colorful, abstract 3D puzzles.
You know the show?
Mad Men.
Okay. So colorful abstract puzzles,
3D puzzles. I could help.
3D puzzles.
And they're teaming up to solve those colorful, abstract 3D puzzles. The Mad Men are doing it.
Colorful, abstract, 3D puzzles. Do you know it, Natalie?
No.
These last two were tough.
We used
The
to
tricky
love
ones.
this game.
Really?
Yeah, we played a
And it
lot.
started with men.
Men.
Mental
It's
blocks.
mental blocks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
It's raining mental blocks.
Mad mental
Mad
blocks.
Yeah,
Mental
Mad
Blocks.
Mental Blocks.
I've never seen Mad Men.
great.
It's great.
I've heard it's awesome.
I
John
really
Hamm's in
like it.
Yeah.
I'd go through it.
He makes spaghetti
If you
with
were
Gatorade.
I like John Hamm. Is that the only show he's not a dummy in? I guess he's not a dummy in
Definitely
Fargo
not
either.
a dummy. No.
He's not a dummy.
He's kind of a dick.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
really?
He's a dude and not.
He's
yeah,
like has these like demons and he's kind of just like serious. And
Well, and he's like,
Is he like a
sort
businessman?
of an abusive
Yeah,
dude
he's
in the
an ad
1960s
exec.
to his,
Yeah.
he's a
But-
womanizer and a.
Is the
Yeah.
woman he's abusive to? Is that what's her name from The Handmaid's Tale?
no,
No, that's
Is
a
she in that?
secretary.
Isn't
Yeah.
she in that?
She's
Okay.
a
she starts as a
secretary.
secretary in the show. Yeah.
His wife is January Jones.
yeah.
The name sounds familiar. What else would I know her from?
The month.
What if I
just
haven't
kidding.
seen the month?
It's the first month of the year.
I thought it was a movie called The Month.
No, you might just know her from the
I
calendar.
might know her from The Month. You're
You've
right.
probably
That's where
seen
I've
her
seen her.
before.
That's where I've seen her. January, February, March, April, May.
Yeah.
Jason Derulo.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's what I got. Before and after.
I like that
You guys
game.
did great.
I like that
I
game.
like
we
that
did.
too.
We kind of like skidded into the end.
Yeah.
We
got the
got
last
there.
one.
We got there.
Yeah, there was only
14th
one we didn't
City of
get.
the Big Shoulders.
Yeah.
I forgot about that game, but I like that game. So thanks for putting that together.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. Shouldn't you, Ham Bro? So that's going to do it for us tonight, everybody. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us on Instagram at Gamecasters or at Mad Board Gamer. Both of those accounts service the podcast. We also have a Facebook group. Just search Gamecasters and you'll find us there. You can also email us at thegamecasterspodcast@gmail.com. If you like the show, we'd love it if you consider giving us a rating on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you listen that allows you to rate us. We've also got a Patreon. If you want to support the show, feel free to head on over to patreon.com/thegamecasters. There's also a merch store where you can find all sorts of different Gamecasters Mad Board Gamer gear. So head on over to the link tree on the Gamecasters Instagram page or the merch channel in our Discord server to find the link to our Bonfire merch store. So, for Natalie and Jeff the Mad Board Gamer, I'm Ryan, and you have been listening to The Gamecasters. Good night, everybody.
And your other number was high too? Man, that's like...
Yeah, it was like, they were like, are you having blurred vision? I was like, no.
Jeez.
But I
Okay,
did have
so-
like tightness in my chest. I was like, I could tell. Like,
Because you're stressed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have to like take these pills.
That could be temporary.
Just get eaten out
Once
every
it
once
is.
a day. The doctor was
I
like,
think it is
one
temporary.
orgasm a
Listen,
day.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take one for the team.
Can I use a toy? No, your husband has to eat
No, it
you.
has to be
to be-
mouth to
Has to be-
vagine.
the lingus has to be
Yes,
cunning.
Yeah. If it's not a real tongue, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Your vagina, your stress will know.
Your stress will
Your
know.
blood
that
pressure
this is-
understands
Yeah, it
that
has
there's
to be-
no tongue on you.
Correct. Yep. It's called the moisture barrier.
So we-
yeah, you have to break it.
So we've put a blood pressure cuff on her while I'm down there.
Yeah, and it
And
lowers
it
it.
lowers it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it go up for
We
like a second
actually-
and then lowers
And then
it?
she tried it with
We have not.
Don't tell people that. We have not.